Now, I'm glad you reached out to do this whole situation. Actually, it's crazy that we've been talking for a while about doing a podcast, but it was just finding the right time and the right reason to get in. And then here you are, back again.
Yeah, back again. Been a long time.
We got Steven from ManSports, which I've been using your products for quite a few years now.
Me too.
I use your products, but I don't use the products. So I feel good, like, okay, if I just drink this and eat this, then I'll be good. But then I forget to do the other part.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, I own ManSports. We make the world's best tasting protein powder in the world, and the highest quality stuff you can take.
Yeah.
We make creatine, protein, test boosters, and all that good stuff. And
Personally, I love the Reese's Pieces.
The Reese's, this is one right here. Yeah, so it's hydrolyzed away isolate. It tastes like Reese's Pieces. It's delicious. So all you guys get your protein goals in, hit that. Yeah. It's really good. So mansports.com, little plug right there.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I own ManSports, and I've done that for a long, long time. And obviously, Danny needs no introduction at all, but Danny, go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah. Danny Wilson, everybody kind of knows me as Moto Witch. Got a shop in Phoenix. So Steve and I have been talking for what, 2-3 years now?
Couple of years, yeah.
Just being in touch, talking about
really over fitness at first,
Yeah, I started using his products, and that's kind of how we got hooked up. So.
I saw Danny on Instagram, and I was like, fucking dude's yoked.
Yeah.
I was like, what protein you take, bro? And I was like, let me send you some shit. And then we started, chatting. And
is that how you court gym bros?
That's how you get them in, bro. It's like,
bro, nice fucking muscles, man. I touch it.
Hey, man, whatever works.
Yeah.
But yeah, we started talking from there, and every time I'd hit like a snag on my build, he was
Dude,
there.
you used to have more of a power lifter build, and then when I saw you at the dealership, I'm like, man, you slimmed down as far as like more cut now.
Yeah. So
that sounds gay.
No, it's all good. So in January we did a fitness challenge with ManSports, and we had so I've never done a fitness challenge, and I've always just we've done them at ManSports. I've never like led one or done one. Mm-hmm. And in January we kicked one off and we posted it, and we had 500 people sign up.
Nice.
And I was like, holy fuck, this is real.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden we were doing this fitness challenge, and I was in charge of it for the first time. And so every Sunday we were posting, check-in photos, and every week we were doing updates and this and that. So I had to like kick my shit into new gear.
Yeah.
And so, from January 1st until today, I've lost like 50 pounds.
Damn.
It's pretty crazy. So it's like, I was always like, kind of a bigger guy, but I was like, had a lot more body fat. And so took that off, put on a few more pounds of muscle, and just started kind of walking the walk more, And so it's been a lot of fun to kind of get back in that high gear and put the products to use, and it's been a fun journey.
Yeah, but that challenge creates accountability through the other people involved.
That's exactly what it was, bro. It was a new level of accountability of like not letting these people down that were doing it with us, and showing them like, hey, here's the program, like here's the diet, like if you follow these steps, it really does work.
Yeah, it's also like if you do that, and this goes to a lot of other areas too, that if you connect to that community aspect of it, then now you're kind of like you don't want to be the dude that lets other people down, or you know what I mean?
Dude, honestly, our customers are way too nice to me for too long. They should have been like, bro, you're too out of shape. We need to get back in shape. Like we can't trust like a skinny chef or like a power lifter or supplement company owner. Like you need to get so everybody was too nice, and I appreciate that. But it was nice to like kick into high gear and like walk the walk some more.
That's cool, man. Well, it's good. Like I go through these waves, right, where I get, all right, I'm not traveling at all. I can like buckle down to a routine, and I think the older I get, the more I crave routine, but that's completely a polar opposite of the way I live my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm been looking for some kind of like structure.
So like for me, like, so when we started the challenge, you kind of like, you start off in a way where you're like, all right, well, by the end of this challenge, I want to be this weight, or I want to be this on the scale. And for the first couple of weeks, it started that way. But after like that kind of switch kicked in, to me, it became more about mental discipline. And so instead of like looking at the scale, looking at these things, it was like, hey, can I master my day to day?
Yeah.
Can I eat right today? Can I do my cardio today? Can I do all these right steps today? Can I have complete mental discipline? And when I focus on the mental discipline of things versus the scale or a certain look or physical changes, all of a sudden I became super dialed in because I wanted to have complete discipline mastery.
Yeah.
And then as I perfected that, and I was like, a day turned into a week, turned into a month, turned into 3 months, and started crushing it. It was like, hey, can I take this mental discipline and apply it to work and other parts of my life?
Yeah.
And dude, everything just started fucking going up.
Nice.
Across the board. So that's what it kind of became, was like, just mental discipline. Like how tough can I fucking be?
The discipline aspect is I feel like you hear that when you're young, but it just goes over your head because discipline is something that you used to get. You know what I mean? It's not something that you embody. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Associate it with anything good.
And so I've also come to that realization that like I know how to learn now. Like when you're younger, you're just doing whatever's interesting. But now I know how to apply my time to figure out how to do things and gain skills and gain knowledge on certain aspects of whatever, you know.
Discipline is the key to freedom.
Yeah.
It's the absolute key to freedom. And I meet men and they'll come to me like, dude, you look so great. You've done this. You did it. And I'm like, dude, you fucking can do it too. Mm-hmm. You're just being a pussy. Like you can do it. Like you absolutely deserve it.
Yeah.
You should do it and you can do it, but you just have to like suck it up and do day one.
Yeah.
And like master day one and then repeat it day two and rinse, repeat every day. And even if you fall off, just get back on and go back to day one every time.
Yeah.
And you will kick its ass.
So I think that my relationship with discipline is great until after one sip. So I'm trying to master discipline after 2 drinks. You know what I mean? Like if I can stop after 2 drinks or if I can stick to the
one and done.
Yeah. You know, I've had a lot of sober people on the podcast the last couple of years, not by design, but just because I've been connecting with their message or not that they're, hey, we're sober. It's just what they're doing. It happens that they're also sober.
Yep.
But there's this part of me, man, like when I show up to, you know, out there in Phoenix and I see all the guys and they got these 805 cervezas, I'm like, all right, give me one. There's just something romantic about that setting.
I get that
I like to be a part of.
Yeah.
And I feel like the juice helps it flow and it smooths it out longer, right?
So I think like in the same like context, like to look at that, it'd be just like a cheat meal. Like if you planned your cheat meals like for every like Saturday or something like that, well, if you have your date night with your wife on Tuesday, like you should just save it for whenever those kind of randomly happen, right? And so, you know, if you know that there's going to be alcohol, you know, kind of coming like randomly throughout the month, you just don't drink every other day.
Yeah.
And that you have discipline those days, and you know that, hey, like the day that I might have a guest come in town or I have to like do this, I'm not gonna stress about it.
Yeah.
Because I was disciplined all these other days, and like that's the day that I need to like do that to be a part of that culture and be present with them and not make them feel like outcasts or so forth. You know, and so just save it for those days.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm like 5 days sober right now, which is a record.
Nice.
I've been on a bender for like a month now. May is the craziest month of my year. Camp out kicks off at the beginning of May every year. So you have that, which is like a 4-day in the woods, lots of mushrooms, lots of, you know, good times, if you will. Everything. And then that transitions to the bike night before that is the it's like the let's go. And then the after one is the chill. That was a good time. So then you have like a whole week of drinking basically. And then our anniversary kicks off. And then her birthday kicks off. And then, you know, it's like there's so much shit going on in May. Everybody's coming to town. I was just like, bro, I can't do this anymore.
It's almost like the harder it is, the more you should do it.
Oh, okay.
And also too, like you are a leader of men. Like a lot of men follow your podcast and do what you and follow you and do what you do. Like if you were to take a new direction and do those things, or at least like be more diligent on the off days, I bet you would impact a lot of men's life in a positive way.
Yeah.
And that probably need it too.
Yeah, I know that's kind of what I want to do. This trip I'm doing over the summer, this being 8 weeks on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, I attach goals to it that are more for business, but realistically, it's a I don't know, the word is like a, you know, send the young guy off into the mountains to become a man kind of thing. It's I want to break all these. I feel like habits are these crutches that I need in life, and I want to live as simple as possible off the back of a sissy bar.
Yeah,
and hopefully kind of break away from certain kind of things that I've become accustomed to, that when I come back from this, I'm hoping that I'll shed some of that weight, if you will, of like feeling like I need to do this and be a part of this and spread myself thin across the board, you know?
It is damn near impossible like to eat clean like when you're traveling like that though. When you're on a bike, it's just like you're on the go, like you're like hitting stops, like you're doing things like
truck stop food.
Yeah. I mean, like, dude, there's like, it's all about balance, man. And like, you don't need to be like, eat like an alien or, you know, be in that situation. But yeah, just like when you're at home base, like have your, you know, your plan. And then when you're on the road, just do what you can do.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's one of those things. I want to get back on the wagon. So, you know, but it's cool that y'all connected over that and was able to build this friendship and whatnot and kind of be at this moment now where, you know, you started full grip to fill a void, I felt like, in what was taking place at the time with like the headlight transition, everybody going to these off-road lighting and stuff like that. So
so I was building my Road Glide and I was getting into that whole thing, and the LP6 kits kind of came out, and we'd put that on my bike. And I was looking at my bike and I was like, these stock turn signals look stupid as shit. When you have like the LP6 of the Bajas on there. And, you know, and then so I was like, well, you know, I bet you we can make something like this. So I started kind of calling around and looking at different things and you know, contacted a manufacturer and started building it. And it's like, well, if you buy one, it's like, you know, this price. If you buy two, and I was like, well, if I buy 100?
Yeah.
They're like, well, it's pretty cheap then.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, give me 100 of them. I bet you I could sell them. And then just like when you know, in a business, like we were talking about earlier, like all of a sudden in a week I had a business, a merchant account, and we were processing orders.
Yeah.
You know, and all of a sudden that thing just literally took off like a fucking rocket. And I was like, I don't know how to run this on top of everything else I'm doing. And so we did, you know, we ran it for a little while, last 2 or 3 years, and it did really, really good. But, you know, as of recently, and we built like, you know, an incredible product. You know, it's built to last. It's extremely tough. It'll last forever. In the last, you know, recently, ManSports has been so busy and the other projects I have going on. I reached out to Danny and I was like, dude, I don't have the bandwidth to handle this properly. And like, if I do anything, I have to go all in. And so is this something you want to tackle? And he was like, this is the perfect timing for this for me. Because, you know, and I'll let you jump into it more, but.
Yeah. On that note, Danny, like what has Motor Witch been primarily over the last, since its inception of you breaking away from the dealership and being on your own?
Yeah. So in the podcast many moons ago when I was here, we had, I think at that point we had probably just started.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the same building as FXR division, and there were partners, and the shop was called Collective. I just picked up the name Motor Witch, and it stuck when I was working overseas, Vietnam specifically. But we had the shop, and then I also owned Leading Edge, which the start of that was I got hired to design those cylinders, and then I ended up buying the patent when the business, because the business was multifaceted.
Yeah.
And shit got weird in other facets of the business, and the people that were putting the money in it just said, fuck it, we're done. So I ended up buying the patents. So I was a partner in Collective, and then I owned Leading Edge, and then everybody called me Motor Witch. And then over time, people got bought out, people left, shit happened, as it seems to always happen in business life. And I ended up with Collective by myself, and now I've got these customers that are like, well, you're Motor Witch, that's Leading Edge, that's Collective, what the fuck? So first of this year, made the decision to crash all the brands and just call everything Motor Witch Industries. So still have the shop, still in the same location. We share a building with FXR division. Still offer all the same services. I've added some new engine stuff. I got a 143 now that'll go into stock cases. I have to machine them, but we still got the products. We're still doing that. It's just Motor Witch Industries now. So when Steven hit me up about Full Grip, I'm that guy that'll get this fucking half-ass idea and I'll draw it on a piece of paper on my toolbox, and then everybody with a toolbox knows they have a junk drawer.
Yeah.
So that washer that you might need on the 12 and never gets thrown in that drawer. That design gets thrown in that drawer. So I've got this drawer full of shit.
Yeah.
That could actually be really cool stuff. I just never engaged it. I'm like, oh, what if I did this? Moving on, you know?
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to engage in that, start doing those parts and stuff. So I mean, Steven's got a company that makes parts. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not known as like the parts maker guy. I make the engine kits, you know, but I build stuff, tune it, you know? So this is a perfect opportunity. And it's a blessing the way it came and the timing of it, you know. I'm in a position where we can purchase it. And, you know, the handoff with him and I being friends is easy. We're going to help each other through the whole thing. But, yeah, we're going to bring, you know, more products to market through that brand. Like the Baja thing, when that first kicked off, I love those Baja lights. Yeah. But I'm that dude that's like, everybody's got Baja lights, so I'm not doing that. Yeah. So I've got a really good relationship with Rigid. So I started doing Rigid stuff. So I'm inheriting the Baja relationship. So it puts me in a position to offer a lot more stuff.
Like kind of a variety of the lights?
Yeah.
Basically, instead of like
Rigids and Bajas.
Yeah.
You know, I've got some floorboard designs and just some other stuff that I've drawn up over the years that I've never pursued because I was so busy trying to trying to keep my shit together at the shop, with all the inner business and
He's got
personal
AIDS over here.
relationships. Yeah, got the COVID.
And if you know him, like, he's all about quality, like it's quality first. And so this is a great way for him to implement his ideas and execute them through manufacturing to where people can have a piece of his quality that can't afford to buy, a complete motor or something on that. And so you're able to, have a piece of quality that he can produce on your bike that's just outstanding.
Well, what happens is, like, when people get a relationship with a brand that does a certain thing, and I deal with this a lot because when I paint for somebody, we typically become friends because of the interaction that's involved in taking someone's ideas and creating something that didn't exist, right? And in that process, like, they gain trust in you, and they wish that there was more that they could go through you for because of that. They understand how you operate. And then, because I'm one of those guys that I have so many friends in the motorcycle industry that I know and love, but a lot of them, especially as of lately, have been dropping the ball on taking care of customers. And I'm not calling any names out, or anything like that. It's not about that. It's more of I feel like in the last couple of years, a lot of brands have gotten so connected to the online sales aspect of things that that like individuals become email names, not like people, right? And so it's easy to take all those orders and throw them in the corner and be like, fuck, I forgot about those orders over there. And meanwhile, you got somebody that is ready to dump money in this industry, which when you get older and you look at the industry, you're like, fuck, take care of these guys, because these are the ones that are going to drop 40 grand on your bike. And it's almost like if you fuck them over, I'm like, Danny, dude, you're fucking us all with this, man. Like, people have to take a little bit of ownership of this motorcycle industry in that way of realizing when they have a customer that's willing to spend money and support people, not to fuck that dude over. You know what I mean?
We have a fiduciary duty that if somebody's opening their wallet and handing their hard-earned cash that they earned, the old school way, and they're giving that to you, you have to deliver for them. And they deserve it.
Well, like I said, the in-person or knowing that that's a human is where the accountability comes from, as opposed to I can fuck that email over. That's not a real person. That's an order number. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe in other industries. I don't know. I feel like in this industry, you walk into a bar, you're going to get punched in the face from the motorcycle dude. Like,
they just talk shit online, dude.
Maybe.
It's not, people don't fight no more.
Do they?
Then if you are the guy that fights, it's like the industry's like, oh, that dude's a loose cannon. Can't mess with him. It's like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
You can't back it up anymore, huh?
No, you got to like go meet people. You got to do some stalker shit, and like, you can't let them know that it was you. You got to, it's like,
have a ghost account or something like that?
Yeah.
That's not me.
It's like, it's crazy. And then also drama, I've got this way I've been trying to tell people, this is how drama works, in my opinion, my philosophy behind it. We're all attracted to drama.
Sure.
Because we got to make sure that it's not going to implement us. So initially you hear some drama. All right, what happened? And then this, and then you like process all this, and you're basically subconsciously connecting all the dots to make sure, is that going to fuck up my path in life?
Right. You're trying to check the box that you're clear.
I'm clear. Oh, dude, I'm not into that drama.
I'm out.
Yeah, but we all need to know. Like, we need to know if that wreck's going to cause us anything on this side, so we glance over and whatnot. But and trust me, drama's everywhere. And it's sometimes exacerbated through like beers. Oh man, I heard that dude this. So I don't know. I'm trying to get away from all that.
I ask you questions. I don't even want to know. Just like fucking keep moving.
Motorcycle industry, man. It's
a strange animal.
Yeah, it's like a soap opera for people that are not in it. Because I mean, you could fucking watch it, and you could just put some daytime drama to this and some music, and it'd fucking be a great show.
Yeah, I got that one friend, and they'll be like, "Oh, you hung out with something?" Like, yeah. Like, well, didn't they get divorced? Like, I don't know. Well, like, I don't know. I'm like, bro, I didn't fucking ask any questions. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Don't want to know. Like, we hung out. It was good. That was it. Don't care.
Exactly.
Don't want to get wrapped up in that shit.
It's tough, man. I've been like the Dr. Phil of the motorcycle industry for a long time.
Oh, Lord.
So you either you do a podcast, you get the message you want to get out there, and then after the podcast is where all the dirt comes out. And, depending on if I'm drinking or not, I might, did you hear about this? And it's like just swapping stories of what's going on. And it just kind of, it's just, but I think people understand that, like, the way that a lot of people go to work and clock in.
Yeah.
We clock in on a national scale because even though we all have our own businesses, we're still connected to this like hive of motorcycle brands.
Sure.
Especially when it's connected to a genre or a scene of a motorcycle, like a performance bike or whatever the case may be. So it's hard not to get involved. Not involved like I'm going to go be a part of this, but I need to know what's going on so that, you know, I can make decisions, like making decisions like buying a brand like you're doing now.
Yeah.
Well, and we're never off work. You know what I mean? Like with social media the way it is and our business is all quasi hinging on it, you know, and then like, as you know, I worked overseas. I mean, I made friends over there, right? I have dudes in time zones that are 17 hours ahead shoot me a DM like, hey man, you know, what about this? Or I ran into this, what do you think? You know, so like my phone goes off at 3 or 4 o'clock in the fucking morning pretty regular with dudes asking for help. Yeah. Which I'm happy to help, but like we never stop is the thing. And that seems to be a very motorcycle industry specific thing. Well, everybody's accessible. Yeah. You know, in certain industries, like you can't get to that person. No. You know what I mean? And that's what's kind of weird when I was growing up in this and you know, you're seeing like Biker Build Off and this magazines, and next thing you know, you're sitting at a place at a motorcycle event and you're sitting next to Arlen Ness. You're like, how the fuck did I get into this spot? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How did I get this chair?
Yeah. But that's the motorcycle industry, you know? So, and I mean, hell, just being able to, like the celebrities that kind of evolve around it, you know, it's like, it's not uncommon for a musician that's into motorcycles to DM a dude and be like, hey man, I'm really into that bike you got. Yeah. You know, like my buddy Rennie just sold his FXR to Jim Root, who Jim's been evolved in the motorcycle thing for quite a while now, but still, it's like,
it's cool.
Yeah.
You just built a badass bike.
I did. Jim's a great dude.
Yeah.
We've spent quite a bit of time together and gotten to be friends throughout the process, and I just finished that bike for him. And,
nice.
Harley's done some video assets with it. We're still talking about some more stuff with Harley, but yeah. That dude rides, which is rad, you know. A lot of times you see these influencers, and I'm like, that dude don't ride though. Yeah, you know, like, man, that's cool, a lot of followers and stuff, but what's the purpose? Yeah, I often wonder, you know, like when influencers are chosen, like the end result in theory is to sell units, right? Mm-hmm. Do the people that follow that person, are they ever going to buy a motorcycle? Mm-hmm. Probably not. Yeah. In a lot of these cases, you know, like, why isn't Jim a legit influencer? Because that dude actually rides, and people that are into him and their music
will see that
and engage that, you know. It's like some of the influencers, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine that, you know, a teenage girl's going to be like, oh, I'm going to totally get a Harley now. You know, like.
Well, I think there's two forms of influencing. Like, you need both of them. You need it's dirty talking about it because you feel like you're manipulating people for the most part. Yeah. But basically, you have your outside entities that, like a Jim Root, who has fame in another area of life, but is also in love with motorcycling and can be a great ambassador to take this world into his world. Mm-hmm. Right. And then you have the influencers that are embedded into this world that just need to be there to keep the inspiration going for everybody involved.
The support team.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I'm known from whatever small scale within this space. Like, I'm not known in another place, and I'm going to take my influence from that area to bring into this, right? So I'm just more like, hey, Jim got you here? Cool. I'll show you some cool shit to do. Right. Yeah. So it's kind of like you're passing on the job.
That doesn't feel dirty at all. I think it's a great way to say that, man. Yeah. That's a great way to keep people keep people 360.
Same thing like with fitness. Yeah. Someone influenced you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Someone influenced me. Like, I went to the gym as a young man, and I was like, that dude's a fucking animal. I want to do that. Yeah. Like, and he wasn't even doing it on purpose. He was just there running his program, you know? But like, or I'm into guns. My grandfather was way into guns. Like, we influence people regardless of intent, right? Yeah. I mean, we expose people to things they've not been exposed to. You know, I mean, what stuff have we not been exposed to that maybe we're going to be like, fuck, I want to try that, you know?
Yeah. I think the word influencer and all that has kind of been associated with like a millennial or like all these trigger words that don't necessarily mean anything bad. They're just kind of a glossed over generalization of a thing that's taking place. But you know, I've been trying to be very vocal through the podcast of just being open and honest about like where my inspirations come from, because that's what it is. It's inspiration, right? Right. So someone said this last year. I heard it on a podcast. I've been loving it. I kind of stopped saying it, but it's like you want to inspire, not influence, even though technically they're the same thing. But when you say I'm inspired or you're inspiring me, that's more of a compliment.
Right.
You know? of like, oh, you're doing something that I want to like know how to do or be a part of. When I influence, it feels dirty. It feels like
it almost,
I
like
coached you into it. Yeah,
It's like paid advertising kind of.
Yeah. It's crazy that I think we're all kind of right around the same age. Like when I started seriously working on Harleys, Evos were still in production.
Yeah.
Like back then, you could fucking sock a customer at the fucking dealership and throw them out. And, you know, the industry has shifted so far, you know, and like the motor company is trying to capture a generation of people that don't want to get dirty.
Yeah.
And they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to maybe fucking die. Like, we're all acting like, fuck it. If I die, I die. It's fun, you know? Like, it's such a weird thing that we've all really had the opportunity to live through, you know? Like, this is a weird time of life and just the world in general.
Well, also, like, you have the motor, so you have the machine, and then you got the culture that's drive these machines, right? And that culture and that machine have, for the long time, been pretty technical. How the fuck do I say?
Technologically.
There you go. I'm very, very little sleep. So they've been in the same kind of at the same precipice of each other, right?
Yeah.
And so now Harleys, which I'm a fan of, they're bringing a little bit more technology into these bikes, which they have to compete with like other bikes. But
gotta stay relevant.
Yeah, and that's going to attract, I think, newer, younger markets. But then this industry, these motorcycles have always been a kind of like that's how granddad did it. That's how dad did it.
Yep.
That's how I'm doing it. But so there's part of that. It's like an identity crisis going on with this scene. You know what I mean?
It's an odd time.
Yeah. It's a converging of new ideas, old ideas, and present ideas that I feel like it's hard to pick a lane.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The difference between like being an influencer and inspiring somebody's got to be mileage and authenticity, right? Mm-hmm. Because like if they're authentic as they are, like, you know, you are, like it's so genuine that you're just really just posting what your own interests are.
Yeah.
You know, you're not doing it to sell a t-shirt kind of thing, right?
Dude, I fell out of love with Instagram like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I had this nice steady growth where all I was doing was just literally just showing the world what I was doing, from, you know, trying to take the best quality images, trying to just put it out there.
Sure.
Inspire, right?
Yeah.
And then whatever the algorithm became in 2022, December, I have had 1,000 new followers in almost 2 years.
Well, are you showing more skin, Jace?
No, I feel like I need to put something out there.
You know, just little nipple slip every once in a while.
It's just it took away the look. I said this to Harley whenever I had a thing. I was like, ask yourself if the people you're working with, were they in this already and loved it and decided, I want to show people this cool shit I'm doing?
Yeah.
Or were they looking for something to exploit?
Sure.
And if you're the guy that's good with your camera, good with making reels and videos and all this, and you found a market that's not that saturated with you kind of people, then are you that? Because that dude doesn't have any real reason to be on Harleys.
Yep.
But he has watched all the videos. He understands how he can play the game.
Yep.
And then that's, like you said, that's the influencer that we're being inspired by.
Right.
You know, as opposed to the guy that loves this, that's truly into this, that has been doing this, and is trying to figure out how to use the camera to show it better.
Sure.
You know, that if you support that guy, you're getting more authenticity.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best reels.
Yeah.
You know, but that's why our fucking world being stuck in these algorithms is kind of like, for me, it's pushing me to where I just want to go live it and fuck trying to.
As long as people are getting into it and they find their path, like, that's all that matters.
Yeah, for sure.
If they're finding their path and whatever it takes to get them in there, and where they get on two wheels and they love it, and if they find their freedom there, then it's good shit.
I agree with you though, like what you're saying about, you know, the guy that's quasi forcing himself to do it versus the guy that's exploiting it. Because like, I've been trying to do a lot of videos lately, and I fucking hate doing it with a fire of 1,000 suns.
Yeah.
And I think you can tell when you watch me, but my thing is like, I want to put out quality information, because there's so many fucking people out there that are putting up how-to videos, and I've seen videos where guys are on YouTube, but they're installing a fucking seal backwards. And, you know, and there's people out there that either A, really want to work on their own bike, or B, simply can't afford to pay somebody to do it unless it's catastrophic. So they're watching these fucking retards do shit wrong, and their bike's fucked up, and then they're, you know, like, so I try to give quality, useful information, you know? But I fucking hate doing it. And I've had people DM me and be like, I can tell you don't like doing that, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between, you know, I got a fucking phone on a tripod and I'm standing there fucking talking, you know, versus the guy that is a computer tech that can do these fucking rad videos.
Exactly.
You know, he's doing that to try to fucking build enough YouTube channel followers to make some cash or whatever. And then there's guys like us, like we're just trying to like show people what can be done or try to help them do it correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But you're the guy that people should listen to. Like you're the guy that if they have a motor question or installation question or fucking anything with a wrench, they should be looking at you first.
Yeah, and there's other guys that are equally talented, and the common thread amongst all of us is we don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to fucking stand there and shoot a video.
So there's like 3 phases of like your work, right? There's the phase where you get paid for, you know, what you do, and you get paid for
what you know,
and then you get paid for, you know, who you know.
Right.
And so like you're in that phase where it's a little bit of both on that outside, to where you can just do it through who you know and then what you know, and your education can like live on forever. So instead of talking to one customer, you could talk to millions as the videos live on and on.
Right.
And how many people you could help through that process, you know? And even if you don't like doing it, just fucking roll it, because we all need it.
Yeah, I mean, I've stayed after it, you know. And I had 2 men in my life that taught me basically the bulk of my knowledge as it relates to engines, and I'm very grateful for that. And you know, it seems like a lot of times in the industry, everybody wants to fucking hide their secrets, or like, this isn't fucking black magic, dude. Like, just help somebody out. So you know?
There are no secrets at the top. Any industry you're in, there are absolutely no secrets at the top. And like the faster people realize that like I have people calling me or DM me about like, hey, I want to make a protein powder. I don't know where to go, or I have a retailer that I sell protein or pre-workout to. Like, I want to make a pre-workout. I'm like, dude, call this, like, hey, what size run? You know, what does it look like? And then I'll start putting them in directions. Like, they're gonna fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
And they're either gonna remember you because you were a dick.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, it's top secret. It's like, motherfucker, it's not top secret. Like, I'll figure this out eventually.
Yeah.
And so there's no secrets at the top at all. And then once you're able to help people, the fastest way to get what you want is to help people reach their goals, or to help you reach your goals.
Yeah.
You know, and that exchange like is the currency of life. And if you're able to help other people, you know, it's going to come back to you tenfold. It's like if people have like that mentality of, you know, of like it's either like abundancy, or they're worried about, you know, you're going to hold on to everything as possible. It's like you have to have like this abundant mindset that more is going to keep flowing in. You know, and it's the same with information, the same with income, the same with everything. That if you have an abundant mindset, there is so much to offer and to give that it'll come back to you tenfold.
So my listeners are gonna hate that I'm telling this my stance on this, but so as a painter, I have a lot of little tricks and, you know, doodads that I can do to do what I do. But I only answer questions that I think that I can tell that they've actually tried.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? So I know where you're at in this process, so therefore I'm willing to answer that question.
Well,
but
you don't have time to answer every dumb question.
Yeah. So like, the going back to what we were saying about how we have this conversion of old ideas and thinking and ways in the new world, and that's kind of what this knowledge and stuff is, what some dude had to fucking sweep a shop for months to get. Yeah. And now you can, you know, thumbs up or thumb down a video, you can get it at your fingertips without appreciating the work that you had to, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where we're at in this motorcycle industry, where we have old thinking that's converging with new ways of doing things. And there's like it's like the oil and the oil and the water ain't mixing right there that well, but it has to in some kind of capacity.
I think it's gonna be like that in everything you do. There's always to be like, if you have 100,000 followers, maybe only 1% are your true customers. Yeah. The rest are there to, you know, because it was a fad, or, you know, they're there because, you know, they're there to talk shit. But that 1% is like your core customers, you know, and that's all you're really talking to is that 1%. So yeah, you might get 50 comments, but only really 2 are really good, you know, but that's the 2 that matter. Yeah. And they connect you to 100 more people anyways, you know, but yeah, it's like, it's like that in every industry. I get that shit all the time.
Yeah. I did a podcast with John Jessup, and I actually said this because, you know, I'm not a speaker. Like I'm not you know, I have a lot of comfort words to carry me through conversations, but when you're in a conversation, you don't pay attention to them as much as when you listen to a conversation. Yeah. So you'll hear the ums and the likes and stuff like that. So, you every once in a while you get in it and you're just using these words to kind of like get this idea. It's basically stalling to think of what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
And you get these comments and I'm like, man, which of course don't read them, whatever, but it's hard because YouTube puts it on my phone. Hey, check out this new comment. And you need to check to see if it's something you should engage with or whatnot.
Do you need to address it? Yeah.
But I've always told people, I was like, or what I said in that last podcast was, well, you can put someone better speaker in my position and it'll be better for you to listen to. But are you going to get the right conversation and the knowledge from this episode or podcast from the better speaker that's not a part of the motorcycle industry in any form or fashion? He just has, a Harley Davidson tattoo or something like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, and furthermore, I'm not going to go on a podcast with that dude.
Yeah.
You want to get some figurehead that speaks well, that's not connected. Like the real deal industry guys ain't going to fucking go to that.
Yeah.
I think there's a greater problem here too, is that most people listen to respond. In any conversation you have, they're just listening until you're done talking, and then they're just waiting to respond. Versus what it should be is listening to understand. And if more people switch those gears from actually trying to hear what you say and understand the application or what you're trying to say, the conversation would be so much better. But the reality is that they go on the video, they see something, and they're just waiting just to just type those fat fucking fingers and just respond, not understand and truly listen. And that's like, that could be applied to every part of our life, right?
Yeah.
When I heard that a couple weeks ago, people just, because I was talking to a friend, and he was like, dude, I need you to listen to understand. You're just listening to respond. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
It hit me like a brick wall. And I was like, it's so applicable with so many things.
Even though I've definitely known of that concept for many years, I still catch myself.
Yeah.
Also being, in that position of like listening to someone, but waiting for my chance to get in that jump rope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a mindfulness of like just learning how to do all these stuff. So like we were talking about, I spent 20 years trying to be a great painter and make bikes look better. Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm spending the last 5 or 6 years trying to figure out how to show the world like what my life has been like and these connections I've built and all this in the most palatable way.
Sure.
And yeah, it's going to take another 20 years to get to the level that I've gotten in that spot of my life, in this spot of my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you hope that like the industry's going to be here long enough, or this version of it will be here long enough for me to achieve or get to that point of like what I would consider like, okay, now I'm confident to say I'm good at this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you ever stopped and thought, like, taking toll of the people that you're friends with, whether you're just really friends with them or you're just acquaintances with them?
Yeah.
How many of them are because of a motorcycle?
Oh, all of them.
Right?
Yeah.
Because of a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Not the industry, not just because of a motorcycle.
2 wheels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a insane thing to just go back and think about it. But like all my connections, all my opportunities, man, every little, if you go play that whole game of, well, this happened, which then put me on this path that opened up that door and this door and that door. It all happens because of something that took place 20 years ago.
Right.
And then you go down this, I guess what was the movie Butterfly Effect, where like it was like you change one thing and it goes. Yeah. So, last night when I had Jeff Milburn on, we were talking about the Bike Riders movie, and he was talking about, I was texting Tom Hardy. I was like, wait, you can text Tom Hardy right now? I was like, bro, I couldn't have that kind of access. You get a little whiskey in me, I'm like, bro, I'm going to text Tom Hardy right now. Watch. You know what I mean? What's up, fucker?
Yeah, that's funny.
So
that dude's a bad motherfucker, by the way.
Milburn?
No, Milburn too, but like Tom Hardy, he's like going and fucking people up in jiu-jitsu competitions. It's like, number one, to lose in BJJ sucks, but then to lose against like Venom, like Tom Hardy, of all these like badass, like, motherfucker, can you just not be good at something?
Yeah.
Like, he dude's bad fucking ass.
Nah, that's cool. I'm glad, he's a big part of the bike shed, which is that London thing that's kind of come to America and stuff like that.
He likes those, it's like the Euro bikes and shit.
Yeah, he's more into those, but we're going to convert him.
It's all good. Hey, just as long as 2 wheels.
Yeah, I want Harley, get him on a Harley. That'd be good.
I'll go ride a Ducati with that motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, there's that world. But it's weird that, when I got into being a painter, which I'm sure you can attest to this, that I just was assuming I'm just going to paint for the rest of my life and, see what opens to that. I never thought about media coming into my world as a painter especially in 2004,
Yep.
2003, like media was different then. Like social media was not about, like on MySpace, I wasn't trying to sell paint jobs or be an influencer or all this other stuff. I was just like, really trying to curate my top 8, really dialed. You know what I'm saying? So
We talked about this yesterday because it was like any industry you go into that you have a product or service, you are ultimately, you're like a marketing firm that builds engines.
Yeah.
Like I'm a marketing firm that provides, protein products and so forth. Like you are first, you have to like sell it and explain it and educate and then, back it up with the product. But that's what it always is first. Like if only the best products and services sold the best, that's just not reality. You have to put yourself out there so people can learn about you and so forth. And that's a lot of fucking work. That's an ongoing process.
But that's a new wave, like, because our parents didn't have to go sell that way. They just got to clock out at 5.
Even 10 years ago, it wasn't that way.
Yeah.
But now, if you're doing 10 years ago, you'd have a big leap now. But yeah, it's definitely become, that's the common way to do it.
I was telling, I forget which old head I was talking to from the industry. And I was like, you do realize that like in 2004, everybody, the general population surrounding Harley Davidson motorcycles, your Sturgis and all this, everybody wanted to be a bike builder.
Yep. That
That was the coolest thing to be in motorcycles, was a bike builder. And then it turned into a t-shirt guy. I want to be the brand with the t-shirt. And now I want to be the YouTuber.
Yeah.
And there's more people that want to be a YouTube motorcycle person than want to know how to turn a wrench on a bike.
Sure.
And so
Total change.
in 20 years, like we see a complete 360, or not even 360, a 180 of like, what do you want to achieve as a rider or as a business or anything like that,
But that's where the guys that, that are the real deal, that's where they truly win. Because if you're passionate, you're an incredible painter. You're incredible here. Like when you are incredible at one thing, like it's so much easier to market what you're doing because you're not to make shit up or research shit. Like you're living that every day.
Yeah.
You could talk about it every day.
Yeah.
Because you're living that fucking space. And so the education piece of that is like, you have new shit to say because you're fucking constantly turning gears in your head about that thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Versus like trying to Google like what's the fucking trending topic today.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. That goes back to us like, okay, well, we've put in the time to be where we're at.
Yeah.
Now we got to figure out how to show the world because it feels like we have to do that to be relevant now.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that creates, I think, a lot of personal things. So I'll speak for, I don't like social media, and like we had just talked about, we're never off, right? So like, if anybody follows my page, if you go through it, I don't post anything personal.
Yeah.
Because like my life is 90% fucking work and it's viewed by however many people see it,
Yep.
Like I want that last little bit of my life to be fucking mine.
Yeah.
Like I don't post pictures of where I live. Like I'm totally private because I'm kind of an antisocial prick. I don't really like, like we were talking about this yesterday. He's like, what do you do other than work? And I'm like, fuck all, nothing. Like I work. I'm in a band with my parents and we play shows occasionally, but like I work and that's I don't go hang out at bars. And, the guys that work with me, they're always like, we need to go out to the bars. We need to be seen. And I'm like, you fucking go.
That's so weird. It's funny because we were talking about that and it was like, I don't like people that are like, let's fucking hang out. I'm like, I don't fucking hang out. Mm-hmm. Like I don't hang out. Like if you want to work out, I'm down. You want to build something, I'm down. You want to do something, I'm down. But like the dude's just like, let's meet up here and fucking hang out. Like I can't associate that. My time is so limited and with all the things that I have going on, like me just to stop and just hang out, like I don't do that. And even like we only have so much time in the day. Yeah. If I'm taking a time away, like the people that I hang out with are my fucking kids, like my son and daughter and my girlfriend, like that's who I hang out with. Beyond that, like I don't fucking hang out with nobody. Mm-hmm. Like I don't need to. And so like if we're doing something, like invite me to do something cool, or I'll invite you to do something cool and let's go do some cool shit together. But I'm not gonna sit down and like have a 6-pack with you and talk about that motherfucker built that fence back there and it's on my property line and motherfucker, I don't care. Like, and you shouldn't either.
Yeah.
So like for my thing, the boys are probably right. I probably should be going out to bars and stuff just to be seen because their response when I see you go is they're like, everybody knows you. Yeah. Like, well, they know you too. You work here and like, they know you too. And they're like, yeah, but they want to talk to you. So yeah, it probably would be good for the business. Like it's the whole forcing myself out of my comfort zone, right? Just the videos.
That's a different context of like, hey, like I need to do this to connect with people.
Yeah.
Like your core customers. You want to be able there to like, build, truly authentic friendships with those people. And so like in that case, like that makes sense. We're like, hey, I'm going to go do this, to go sit down and dedicate, an evening to be accessible to these people that, when they come by the shop, I can't really talk to them.
Right.
So dedicate like, one Tuesday, every other, week to do that. That makes a lot of sense.
I already like, I'm a social butterfly, right?
Yeah.
So, and I enjoy creating social opportunities for people to find this culture. And that's kind of what, the camp out, our bike nights and things have always
you
been.
do such a great job of that. Like the
you've done it
DFW
well.
community of like people, like that's how like I'm, obviously people that don't know, like I'm Dallas based, you're Dallas based, he's out somewhere else.
Different desert.
Yeah. Different Texas to different Texas.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But really, right. But like you've built that, man. Like when I, cause I'm kind of like a new guy to this industry. It's a couple of years ago as far as like, performance bikes. And when I got into it, like I saw your page and I saw this and what you're doing. And then like, you had the bike nights and all this shit. And like, I just went not knowing anybody. And that's how I met it. I just walked up to you and shook your hand and I was like,
And the thing is like, I don't have anything to sell.
Yeah.
I don't sell a product.
Yep.
And I sell a service that I can only do, maybe 20 helmets a year tops.
Yep.
And maybe 5-6 bikes a year.
Yep.
So I don't have anything to sell but this lifestyle.
Yep.
And maybe if I got a 6-pack, I could sell it better because men would want to follow me more. But it's one of those things that I just look. I enjoy. This is like as a guy that's been riding bikes for 20 years. I've gone through my waves of scenes, places that have died and gone, just kind of fizzled away, and bikes that have changed. And I took all these great experiences, curated, and weeded out all the things that ended those, and have tried to keep our scene here pretty pure. And it's been pretty solid. Yep. But it's also like finding the younger guys, the newer guys that's coming around that are enthusiastic about wanting to help build it. Yep. And then, hey man, so like Torqued Up Trey, he runs bike night now. I just kind of sit back and like, if he gets, hey man, we don't do that. No.
Yeah.
Because naturally most people look at every Instagram page as a business, as a brand. Yep. But we don't have anything to sell. But when you start selling it, then you create a division between the people that are coming to bike night for the experience and you looking like you're trying to sell them the experience.
Sure, yeah.
So bike night has always been a page or a theme, like the TV show Cheers. Like every week we do it. We don't put bands up. We don't fucking do giveaways. Yep. You can't come buy a T-shirt of this thing.
No raffles.
None of that. It's just there's a bar that sells food that whether it's like snowing, raining, or 120 degrees, there's going to be someone there that is a biker, maybe not on a bike. So dude, if it's snowing, if it's raining and you can drive, we'll be there.
Yeah, come hang
that way every week you can have a chance to be a part of this world. It might not look like Arizona Bike Week or Sturgis, but you get to hang out with people that are about the things that you're into, which is motorcycles. And more often than not, you don't even talk about bikes. You talk about fucking some other hobby that you connected with a guy on, or some similar experience maybe that you're dealing with in family or other friends, So bike night becomes therapy sometimes, I
can't stop looping the Cheer song in my head now.
Yeah.
It's like fucking, all I can hear is that fucking song.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Make it stop.
So I've just been trying to tell people like that's kind of what I sell, or I don't sell, I promote.
You provide.
I just want people to fall in love with this motorcycle life the way that I have.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to exploit the things about it that I feel like can give you the most return on your investment. You know what I mean?
That's cool, man.
And it's a simplistic thing.
And you do a great job at it too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's difficult because, like, to your
should
point,
sell T-shirts. You should have T-shirts for sale, bro.
That's
because we all want to wear a T-shirt. So why not?
Well, the way my taxes are set up, if everything goes well this year, then next year our brand will look a lot different in that space. But
I've been telling you that for like 3 years. I'm like, dude, make some T-shirts. I'd buy one.
Well, there's also this thing where like you make them wait so long. Either the whole industry's going to crash and it's going to be worthless, and there's no people to sell T-shirts to, or when you finally do drop one, it's something that people are going to really want. And I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I do want to do products and stuff. But it's like you said about your bandwidth. You know, the camp out was a huge bandwidth thing that would take place for the first half of the year. And now that we've kind of like ended that, it's kind of opening up the doors for me to start applying a little bit of that mental energy to other things.
You're an artist, man. It's already you already have ideas cranking in your head every month.
I had ideas before we even ended it, or 2 years ago. But also, you know, I also said this in another podcast recently, like when we started all these endeavors, it was just about doing it. It wasn't about making money. It wasn't about a business, right? And so for the last 7 years, we've just been about creating scene and opportunity for people to find stuff and enjoy it. Well, my time I'm getting older, and you start to look at your time differently, right?
Yeah.
And you realize how much you gave away for the fact of creating something. And the world doesn't see it like that. Like the outside people, they don't see, which I don't want to sound like this. It's weird coming from my mouth, but they don't want to see the sacrifices that like I've made in my family life, in my kids' life, in my business to go create these opportunities for people to find this passion, right? And it's because I'm more of a feels guy, not a business guy, you know? Sure. But now at 40, going on 42, like I need to make sure that when I apply something that's taken up this much time, that it's at least going to pay the water bill. You know, it's at least going to do something to help my family for all the time I've spent away from them or not engaged with them in our life.
It's an exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I got to figure out how to do that without taking away how it feels to be at one of our events or one of our things, because I don't want people to feel like I'm just trying to capitalize off of them, you know? So.
Just a T-shirt, bro. Sell a T-shirt. You're overthinking it. Sell a goddamn T-shirt. We all want to buy T-shirts. There's otherwise, we're buying some other fucking guy's T-shirt that we don't really want to support. So go buy a T-shirt.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I did make hats last year. Nobody bought them, so I guess I'll go fuck myself, you know? I don't like shipping, man. I like people to buy in person, which that's why I don't.
But you don't have them on the website? You get, bro.
All right. I didn't want to do anything online because of, you know, I don't want this influx of money coming in while I'm trying to. I've just had a shitty CPA, and I'm still in the process of finding a better one. That's why I sold all my bikes.
There's nothing worse than a huge influx of money hitting your account, and I don't know I'm fucking kidding.
Yeah.
No, dude, it's all good.
Well, so that's kind of been the thing. And also, like, I don't have, you know, with the podcast, bike paint jobs, and all these other endeavors that I have going on.
I get that, man. Like
now you got to fill orders and deal with emails.
Like thinned out. Yeah. I totally get that. Like,
so with my wife being more interested now, like she might be able to help do those kind of things, which would open the door for us to do that mess. But yeah, I don't want to. I don't, you know, if I go jump on the bike for 6 weeks on the road and I can't fill orders, you know, I don't have anybody to do it. You know what I mean? So
I think this is the most understanding community of like, it'll ship when it ships.
Shit.
I don't know, man. Like
maybe on your side, but
I like even when I first started like Full Grip, like I told people like it'll ship when it ships, bro.
Yeah.
And like some people got mad. I was like, I'll send your money back right now. I was like, manufacturing takes a while. Like there's snags we hit, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely depends on who the purchaser is, because a lot of the younger generation, it's that prime now mentality. You know, it's like, well, a drone will drop it off at my house in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, well, cool story. A drone doesn't make this part, so.
Yeah. It's also the connection of what type of product and investment they're making versus, because when you buy a set of wheels, most people know it's like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yep.
Right.
If you buy a track dynamic swing arm, you're never going to get it, basically. Ever. So, and that's why, like, at some point,
we'll take your money. We'll see you when you see you.
Yeah, it's like when it first started happening, you'd see these posts online. You're like, oh man, it sucks. But then, as it goes down the gambit of years, you're like, you're not even sorry for the customers anymore, because you can easily quickly find out.
You walked right into that one.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting into.
Yeah, like my top end kits, I usually tell people 3 weeks just to give myself enough time. I'd rather under promise. You know, like.
I'm a huge believer in that, like the under promise, over deliver. So if you think it's going to be a week, tell them 3 weeks, and then it shows up in a week, and they're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, because I mean, you know, I generally try to keep one set of cylinders in as machine finished, sleeved and honed and ready to go. It's like, you know, you get these guys that want to color, then I'm at the mercy of the powder coater. How busy is he? And then I have to sleeve it, and then I have to hone it. And it's like, you know, I usually tell people, look, it's 3 weeks. You know, unless you want a raw one, and I happen to have one on the shelf, I'll ship it today. But you know,
usually they want some kind of cool shit on it.
Or I mean, you know, it just depends a lot, honestly, on my cash flow. Like, can I afford to have one sleeved and honed sitting on the shelf right now? You know, maybe I can, maybe I can't.
Inventory dollars adds up, man. People like, we talked about that too the other day. We're like, people are like, God, people just assume that business owners are just all wealthy walking around. It's like, dude, walk into my warehouse. My bank account is on these fucking shelves.
Yeah.
Like, every dollar I fucking have is sitting in a protein bottle, a creatine bottle. Like, everything I got is sitting out
You
there.
probably got $100,000 worth of paint in the building.
If I did, I'd sell it right now. Fucking cash out. I'm done. Fuck y'all bitches. Now the hard part about it. So like on the waiting thing, I have a minimum of a 6-month waiting list for a helmet, right? And for a lot of people that buy one, they're like, they understand that I'm creating this one-off thing for you. Yeah. Like, it's going to be an idea that I come up with based on the other ideas that you had or the other helmets you liked. And I'm going to create this new one that is a child of these other ones, right? And there's times when I can get here and just get to work and then I can spend like actual 4 solid weeks being at the shop.
Yeah.
But then, having one foot in the podcast where we're at this point where I could kind of go full time with this maybe 2 months ago. It's kind of in a weird spot right now with the way the industry is and whatnot. And then you got paint where I can just live off that. But if I spent more time painting, I can get more done and make more money. Sure. And my life would be okay. But I'd be absorbing chemicals into my skin and breathing it. And so I'm playing this game with like health and life. I'm using this paint thing to kind of bolster up these other areas that are non-toxic. Sure. Maybe physically or mentally toxic, but
different type of toxic.
Yeah, like growing and stuff. And it's like, okay, I could just stop this podcast and go back to painting and cut those wait times into 2 weeks instead of 6 months. Yeah. The other thing is like I've the people that buy helmets from us, they know that there's a wait. They're not buying it because they want to be the cool guy at bike night this week. They just want to own a piece of this. You know what I'm saying?
There's also something said about like the premium of the price point determines the kind of customer that it is too.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe a $20 t-shirt customer's you're not gonna be the same price point as like a custom helmet. Like those guys, those customers are a lot more patient typically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what we've been dealing with for the last couple of years. And it's made it like I said, this life isn't perfect, but it's the perfect it's the best version of it. I know how to operate it with all the circumstances.
It works together though. I think it works together. And then, it's like you're marketing your services, you're building customer and clientele, you're adding value to the industry, beyond, just what you're doing there too, which is amazing. I think it works together.
So acquiring this, like what's your plans like to take this, just rough like layout of what you're thinking to do with the full grip aspect of the brand?
The brand and the logo that he built is rad, so I don't want to, kill the name or anything like that. I was gonna call it Full Grip by Motor Witch Industries just to tie the two brands together. But like, I'm very aware of the fact that my top end kits are pretty much a boutique item. They work great. They do exactly what I say they do, but it's basically $3,000.
Yeah.
You can buy the exact same displacement from S&S for half that price.
Yeah.
Right? They're very expensive to manufacture, and honestly, I don't make very much money on them. At this point, I'm just doing it because I just refuse to quit, really.
Stubbornness?
Yeah, basically. But, there's so many people that would say to me, someday I'm going to have one of your parts or whatever, and, like, I want to be able to offer something that's, like, reachable. You know what I mean? So I've been working on air cleaner design for a while. I should have a first prototype here pretty quick that I can start testing on the dyno. Something that everybody can buy that wants.
Yeah,
And it's weird to say, like, I'm honored that somebody would want something that even came out of my head in the first place, right?
Yeah. Sure,
But, like, I have this weird drive to, like, provide something reachable, maybe out of just the gratitude that someone's even interested in it.
Yeah.
So I'm working on this air cleaner. I've got some floorboard designs, just some cool stuff that if you can afford a Harley, you can afford it. So if you want it, it's there, But Full Grip being what it is, that gives me the opportunity to have an established brand and a website that's known to sell parts. And, I just integrate those ideas into that and just kind of have it parallel with the engine building and the dyno tuning and the shop itself.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah, no, for sure to have parts. Like you saying, you should sell t-shirts. Like and your brand, yeah, like you work on a bike. They like we said earlier, they get this trust. They want to support the brand further, right. And you want to give people the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, or just like I said, the guys that have said to me, someday. Yeah. Like, well, I can't lower the price on the kits because they are what they are, but I can design some parts that aren't $3,000. You know what I mean? Like, I want an offering for the guys that like what we do and want to support the brand that's totally reachable for everybody.
Have you noticed, or do you feel like the inflation has hit like your end of this stuff at all? Because it's skyrocketed my industry.
Yeah, the paint supplies and all that.
Yeah, and I can't translate it over to the customer.
Cost of goods too.
We took I've had to raise the price of the parts. Like Steve and I were talking about this yesterday. I've not marked up the increase of cost of goods for me. I've just passed it on to the customer. But the aluminum slugs that we buy, they come from an American foundry. When COVID hit, they went up. By the time the dust settled, it was an additional $90 just for the slug. There's not enough margin in that part to eat that $90. The pistons have gone up, and everything was it's a COVID, and then the price just kept skyrocketing, and then now COVID's over, and the prices just stayed there.
Yeah,
it's like everybody's like, oh, cool, everybody will keep paying that. All right, we're just gonna stick with it.
Yeah, it's such a domino effect that is insane because like I was doing did a little deals. A paint job that I charged, let's just say $6,000 for in 2018. Now with inflation is like a $9,000 paint job.
And you're not making any more money.
No, it's just
going to the paint supplier.
Exactly. It's going to all the other things that you have to do to run that business. You know what I mean? So it's like you're telling this guy like, oh yeah, this is a $9,000 paint job now for a lowrider ST, and he's like, yo, that's like a third of what this bike costs. I'm like,
right. Yeah. Well, and paint supplies went up 20%, sandpaper went up 30%, rent went up, power went up, water went up.
Yeah, everything in life went up, but it's like this luxury that we sell for an aspect. It's like a luxury. It's hard to pass that on to them because then you start putting yourself in this place of like, to be honest with you, I wish, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but from the industry side of things, I wish Harley would have charged more for these bikes coming out because but them being at the price point that they have is what incentivized a lot of this stuff, which is also kind of, in my opinion, going to hurt the industry more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because how do I word this? For the end user, for the customer, it's perfect. You get a nice new, I can't say that word, this technologically advanced motorcycle at a price point that's actually less than what the previous year was for the most part.
Yeah.
Well,
I think, like, let's be honest, I don't think a lot of people view it this way. We are selling a luxury within a luxury. Let's be honest, no one needs a motorcycle.
100%.
You know what I mean? No one really needs a motorcycle.
Here come the comments in the book.
Yeah, no, everybody's going to hate me. Whatever. Fuck off. It's true, though.
Yeah.
Right? You need transportation.
Yeah.
So a cheap car makes more sense, right? And if you can only afford a motorcycle, you're probably going to buy a scooter, not a Harley, right?
Yeah.
So then we're into we provide a luxury for a luxury within a luxury because Harley's a premium brand, right? So straight up, no one needs a Harley. So like we're in this weird world where we're selling high-end services and parts to a luxury item within a luxury industry. It's when you look at it like that, it's kind of spooky. Like when does the bubble pop? Does the bubble pop?
It feels like a big house of cards.
It's sketchy. Yeah. And I'm sure a bunch of people are going to hate me and I'll get a bunch of fucking hate DMs and that's fine. I'm known for saying what I think. So if you don't like it, don't watch. But, but having said that, it's fucking rad that it exists. Like it's such a niche thing that we do, like a $9,000 paint job on a, $40,000 motorcycle. Or, when I get the guys that come in, they're like, I want all of it. Like, okay, suspension, engine, tranny, swing arm, tuning, paint. Like, you get these huge jobs. I've had customers spend more money at the shop than they paid for the bike.
Oh yeah.
It's cool that we're in a world where we can offer that.
Yeah, so that's like the more or less the devil's advocate to what I was saying. It's like, it is an appreciative thing that I get to do this for a living. Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that it doesn't come without its hardships of like trying to navigate the waters of the economy. You know, I'm not an economicist or whatever the fuck you say that word.
Yeah.
Economist.
Yeah.
Dude, I stayed up for like almost 48 hours the day before yesterday. Did a podcast last night. Finally go to bed at 2. Didn't plug my phone in. Woke up at 9:15. You know, and then fucking Monster Energy, Adderall. Let's go. And so here I am, fucking, you know, unhealthy as fuck right now.
For 2 days straight? What were you doing 2 days straight?
That bike downstairs.
Oh shit!
Because I'm going out of town to go work for Covington. Next Tuesday, and that bike needs to be gone out of the shop.
Shit.
On top of editing because they have the worst internet up there. I'll never be able to edit podcasts and put them into the world.
The ether.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just like, but this is my fault. I procrastinated to now because I was dancing around ideas that I wasn't sure of. And then time made me have to choose. And now I have to fucking do the job. So
it looks great.
You know, it's getting there.
Yeah. Bike looks killer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's, the procrastination is not always because I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's because like when you have a partner, sometimes I like the idea of partnerships because I feel like having someone you trust with a good idea can help you get out of your head and just do the job. Mm-hmm. But when you're left to your own ideas of being creative, you can stall yourself by not being sure of what you're doing.
Yeah, sure.
Especially in a creative thing like custom paint.
Trying to be a perfectionist.
Yeah. So you're questioning everything you do, and it goes back to this analogy I've been using for years of the roller coaster that you're on when you create things. Yeah. Like when everything starts to look badass and your ideas you feel like they're working, you're on the fucking high.
Yep.
But there's this whole lull of like starting a project to know whether or not it's going to come out as cool as the last one. Is this customer going to be happy? Is how is this going to pan out? So you're just riddled with anxiety of the whole situation as you go through this process of creating. And now today is like probably now I'm at the high because I see it all coming together, color wise and looking wise, like right. So now it's like it'll flow quickly from here on out, you know. But that's my spiel.
I think a lot of times we all tend to overcomplicate things.
Yeah.
It is nice to have a soundboard. Yeah. You know, like. And for me, like it's been great to spend the last couple of days with you because we've talked about, you know, higher level business stuff.
Sure.
Not just motorcycles or protein. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like high level business. You know, how do you move forward? How do you stay relevant? How do you adapt? Because if you don't adapt, you're going to die, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's good to have people in your life that you can have those conversations with, and also that'll call you on your bullshit. Yeah. You know.
Let me ask you this: why do you think, and not to throw shade at it anyway, just more of a question. Why do you think the fitness industry has so many of your business Andy Frisellas and fucking all these kind of people that are more motivators in that space? Is that just inherent to the nature of doing that, like being heavy into fitness and stuff, or what, you know?
I think that there's definitely, I think when you're in shape and you're fit, people look at you a little bit more. Mm-hmm. It's easier to kind of grasp somebody's attention because you look a little different than everybody else. I think that's where it kind of comes from first. But also there's a lot of people that, you know, are fake and just use their appearance to sell something that's, you know, not authentic. Like they didn't do a lot to get it sometimes because there's a lot of like genetic freaks, right? Yeah. You know, but there are true operators. Like I know Andy Frisella, you know, I would call him a friend. That dude's the real fucking deal. And there are dudes that are real operators and can really do the things they can do. Like that's what you should always do is like when you see somebody that you're taking advice from, it's like, look at their mileage. Like if they're promoting to run a business, like, are they just selling an education course or have they built, you know, a business, exited or whatever the deal is, right? You know, or if they are, you know, a trainer and they're just selling you, you know, they're selling you fitness courses, like, look at their transformation. Like look at people they've worked with. Like look at their resume, if you will, right? Yeah. And that's, you know, like to kind of like steamroll that, like, you know, him with full Grip Moto. It's like, dude, he's more authentic to motorcycles than I'll ever be. This has been his whole fucking life. You know, I'm like a hobbyist that got into it and the business guy that kind of got into it. But dude, this guy knows that shit like the back of his hand. Like I was, you know, call him for fucking advice. You know, like he is the real fucking deal. You know, if you need to know like the best protein to take and how to source creatine and like when to take it, I'm your guy. You know what I mean? But diodes and this and that, like call this motherfucker. Like he's the best, right? But yeah, why there are a lot of guys to answer your question, I think it's because of that space and like, you know, they look a certain way. And so they're constantly just trying to find ways to make money, you know?
I never thought about that fitness, like you notice someone that's in fit, like actual, like, you know.
If you're in shape and you walk into a room, people notice you a lot quicker. People don't overlook you. They tend to look at you and look in your eyes and so forth. And try to make a connection there. But yeah, it's definitely like if you're in shape, you know, there's instant rapport, instant respect. Because if you can control that part of your life, you instantly think that they can control other parts of your life. And a lot of times that's true. And there's some cases where they're just genetic freaks and they were born with a six pack and they always will. And some people ride that wave, you know what I mean? But there are a lot of fucking posers in the industry and they're easy to spot, you know, so watch out for those fucks.
Yeah. I think for me, like my attraction to it, like I'm not a real big dude, but I'm pretty fucking strong. And that was what I wanted. But it's the one, you can't buy it and no one can take it from you.
Yeah.
You have to earn it. You got to put the work in. Nobody can put the work in for you. And nobody can take it away from you. I mean, obviously you can get injured, you can get sick, but like no one can physically take that from you. You know, like I got from here to here. And yeah, I'm sure people help along the way. You have trainers, you have people that coach you with your diet or whatever. But at the end of the day,
you put the work in.
Yeah, no matter what they say, if you don't execute it yourself, no one can execute it for you. No one can get up at fucking. I train always 5 days a week. 1 day a week, I get up at 2:30 in the morning to do it because I train with a trainer.
That's fucking insane, bro. 2:30 in the morning,
and then the rest of the days of the week, I get up at 4. But like. No one can do that for me, and no one can take that from me. And that's my attractive. That's what attracts me to it. Is it's my thing. You know, like I did it.
My son is 11 years old, and this is their last week of school for the summer before they go out for summer. And 2 days ago, he was like, "Hey, Dad, what do you think about me dyeing my hair blue for the summer?" And I was like, "Fuck no." I was like, absolutely fucking not. I was like, dude, like you're doing it because you want attention, right? Like that you want to, like, you think you look cool. I was like, it's not fucking cool. I was like, you know what's fucking cool? Doing something that's fucking hard that you had to earn. Yeah. So if you want to, like, you want people to notice you and you want people to look at you because of something, do something fucking hard that when they look at you, it's like, oh, he accomplished this, or he did this. Or if you want to get like in really badass shape this summer, like let's do it together. Like let's go to the gym together. Let's go running together. Let's go do these things together. So when you show back up at school, people look at you like, dude, Steven got fucking yoked this summer. Yeah. But it's not because you got fucking blue hair and you got some Kool-Aid to stuck your head in the sink. It's because you put the fucking work in, you know?
Yeah, it's a good, And
that fucking clicked with them, and almost too much. Cause I like 2 days ago, or the next day, I woke up and I was like walking out to make my breakfast at 6 a.m. and the motherfucker was on the Stairmaster. I was like, dude, easy. Like, we got, let's do this in steps. Like, so.
Well, he was doing steps. So
yeah. So, but
taking the steps.
No, that's a really good analogy. I never, you know, you said this early in the podcast that you notice someone that's in great physical shape, like just in general, like they stand out amongst most of us that, you know, clearly just ate fast food, clearly just did this. So.
It's choices, right? It's like, so it goes back to discipline. Like if we can't, there's two things that we should really always focus on, right? Is if number one, we can't control our emotional state, we can't control anything. So all the shit that comes at us every day, whether it be from shady people or just people that are close to us that are just, you know, putting on their emotions on us. If we can't control the way we react, our emotional state, we can't control anything. So that's number one. Number two, we should be able to control what goes in our mouth. That fork to mouth, we should be able to control that. You control those two things, you're ahead of 99% of the population.
It's true.
You know, and if you control those two things, think about all the other things you can control and all the other levers you can pull and how fast you can get to where you want to go. You know, and so those are two mental disciplines that we can deal with every single day, no matter who you are, if you're the CEO of a company or you are, you know, running the register at Quick Trip. Like you can control those two fucking things. And if you do those two things, people will notice and you will command respect just because you are more powerful than most of the people out there. You know, and so having that mental discipline just to start, like that's always tell people, like, if you want to find, you know, your path in life, start with just some discipline and start focusing on those two things, and everything will like follow from there. I promise you that.
Even like at my point in fitness, I mean, I'm really only doing half the work. Like I'm super dedicated to getting up and going. I've overcome that battle. My diet is dog shit. I mean, I don't eat junk, but like I don't eat enough. Yeah. You know, I don't meal prep. You know, I'll get up and I'll go to the gym and I'll take some protein and I'll go to work and then I'll be like, fuck, it's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I haven't eaten. You know, like that's almost harder. The diet aspect of it is, in my opinion,
but what's crazy
harder than the commitment to get your ass up and go push the weight, you know?
But what's crazy, people call it, like they call it this diet. They think like you're weird for like eating healthy. Like there's one thing that we know in America, and we know that dementia is not real anymore, right? We know it's type 3 diabetes, right? It's everywhere else in the world, they don't even call it that anymore. They call it type 3 diabetes. And here we are fucking shoving this shit down our throat that's going to make us sick in the next 20 years. And instead of waiting to be sick, wait until you have wait until you have cancer to cut it out. Like, take care of yourself. Like, get out of the sun, put some suntan lotion on, prepare yourself for it, right? Get your hormones checked, put the right food in your body, put the right, fuel in the tank, right? If we do these things in 15, 20 years, you're not decrepit. You're not fucking trying to react and try to take all this shit to like overcome it. Now's the time to do it. And people look at you like if you're odd, like if you bring like a healthy food, it's like, no, motherfucker, my life's easier because I cook twice a week. I have my meals with me. So, when I want lunch, I go eat it. I have to call Uber Eats and spend $18 for Chipotle, then $18 for it to deliver. I have like 3 meals for the day that cost me $15, $20. And I fucking feel awesome.
Yeah.
I feel fucking good and I fucking vibrate at a high level and I'm like full throttle all the fucking time because I put the right fuel in the tank. But all of a sudden you're weird if you are like walk in the door and you have like a couple meals with you. It's like, no, motherfucker, I'm prepared to win. You prepared to lose today, And so, but taking those steps, is 100% going to help you win.
Yeah, I guess diet might be the wrong.
But no, just to your point, I'm not calling you out, but yeah.
No, I mean,
but that's how people perceive it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, like all of a sudden, like if you're eating, your diet is literally what you eat. It's not you're dieting. You're not, your diet is literally what you eat. That's what you consume in a day. And so whatever your diet is, it could be Chipotle and McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. That's your fucking diet, or your diet, it's, chicken and rice and, vegetables and healthy shit, right? So your diet is whatever you consume. But people like all of a sudden, convert this word to diet to weight loss, fat loss, restrictive eating, suffering, dieting, caloric restriction, so forth. But that's just not reality.
When I was on track for a while with my whole meal prep game, and I was eating like 3 pounds of ground beef a day at work. And I was doing ground beef because it's good for you.
Sure.
It's red meat, it's clean, but like it's easy for me to eat on the toolbox.
Yeah.
Like you can relate to that.
Yeah.
Like you're fucking buried, but you got to eat, you're starving. You can just I don't even heat it up. I just fucking leave it on my toolbox, just eat it throughout the day while I'm working,
But to go one step further with that, I think it's like what people don't realize is that you're buying back your time. Like your time is so valuable. Your time is so valuable.
Yeah.
Your time is so valuable. You are buying back your time. When you do these things, number one, you're buying back your time on the back end of like the longevity of your life. Number one, which is you won't see that for a long time, but you are. Number two, you're buying back your time every fucking day. Because I promise you that if you eat a couple square meals a day that you prepare that are healthy and you feel good, you will think clearer. And you won't hit a fucking wall during the day and be slamming caffeine energy drinks or sugary energy or whatever the fucking your vice is to like hit you over that pick me up because you have the right fuel in the tank.
Yeah.
You're not going to overspend your finances or your dollars because you have food with you. You're not going to spend 25, 40 bucks a day on food because you have food with you that costs you $100 for the groceries for the week. And you don't need to go search for things because the minute you need it, it's at your fingertips. You're literally buying back your time. So that 15, 20 minutes a day it took you to like throw your food together, put it in a lunchbox, whatever the fucking deal is, and get to work. You just saved yourself at least an hour fucking around and productivity and going to find food and so forth.
at least $100.
Yeah. So if you are about productivity and getting results and you want to like maximize your day, like that 20 minutes in the morning that you don't think you have it. You're about to go spend 3x that time.
Yeah.
If you can buy it right now for much cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I have a buddy in NorCal. We used to have like a 45-minute drive when I would go up there to paint from his house to the shop. And every morning we stop at a gas station and grab an energy drink and a snack and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that was the first gas station stop for the day. Yeah. And that was $8, right? And then the second, one after lunch was another $8. And we got to this thing, it was like, dude, we just spent $30 today at the gas station on snacks.
Shit.
Yeah. And he was talking, he's like, when I was growing up, my dad would like take his lunch to work. Yeah. And he would literally have like $30 was like something for like the week of like food. You know what I mean? So our relationship to that quick is right there in your face. The candy in the aisle when you're checking out, like all that shit. Fucking changed me. You know what I mean?
Like I'm not knocking energy drinks. I like suck down energy drinks like anybody else. Yeah. Like I'm not knocking the caffeine. Like, listen, I don't do drugs. I hardly drink. Like, let me have my fucking vices.
Yeah.
But yeah, to go to your point, like it fucking adds up, man.
Yep.
And so.
Well, that's, like, thank God we got this fucking rad little taco shop that just opened up across the street from the shop.
Yeah.
Because we were like in the shop, for those of you that have been there, haven't, we're in this weird little fucking hole of there is fuck all and nothing to eat down there.
Dude, it's trendy as fuck over there.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of bougie little fucking hipster places if you want to go pay $30 for shitty food and be hungry.
What's it like? Isn't it like a brewery like right next door?
Yeah, he's got great food, but his hours are weird. He's like Thursday through Sunday, like 4 to 8 or 9.
Is it one of those, like, you seen the memes where they have this type of stool, you're gonna pay $20 for a hamburger, and the fries don't come with it or something?
Yeah, no, his prices are reasonable and his food is good. And they make all their own beer in the building. It's actually a rad old building. It used to be a tire shop.
Nice.
It's
Cool.
like in the 60s.
That's right.
But this taco shop opened up, but I found myself like, fuck Uber Eats or whatever, and it's like, you're like $50 for a fucking Subway sandwich. Like, you buy the sandwich and there's a service charge and a delivery fee and a tip and a fucking delivery fee. And like, by the time you're done, I'm like, I spent $50. I'm still fucking hungry.
Yeah.
This might be like one of those duh moments for other people, but when last year I was traveling, the year before last, we did this whole Pacific Northwest trip. And on the road, we had a lot of long mile days. So we'd stop at a gas station, eat Subway and shit like that. And it became a common thing to eat Subway or whatever is attached to whatever gas station.
Noticed that is now the truck stop food.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Every truck stop went from like having random
Arby's
shit,
and McDonald's,
Carl's,
and, what was it?
fucking Subway,
Chester's.
Yeah, Chester's chicken. Yeah, it's like every truck stop's got a Subway.
Because you don't need any type of like kitchen equipment. It's all cold.
Yeah.
You don't have to heat it. It's all super simple.
The crazy is the price fluctuations of the sandwiches. Because as you're traveling the country, you see it go from like a foot long is like $7 here, $14 here.
Yeah.
And it's like so drastically different, you know what I mean, from like one area to the next.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like probably don't need to eat a foot long sandwich.
Hey man, BLT double bacon. Let's go.
You know,
I get it.
But it's like I'm eating a sandwich. I'm healthy. Well, let me get one that's this fucking long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or it's more healthy, or whatever the fuck you want to say.
You can't even make a Jared joke anymore because that guy's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Motherfucker ruined sandwiches for all of us.
He probably runs some other shit for other people too.
Shit.
Yeah.
He's probably getting ruined right now.
Fuck
so
that guy.
There you go. But yeah, there's there is a correlation. I think that like maybe when a lot of those kind of more or less self-help or those Gary V's and all these kind of things started coming out, it was like information we kind of all wanted to hear, and then we just started getting beat down with this mantra, if you will, to where it's like, all right, now everybody's doing it. Now you wonder if it's a fucking Ponzi scheme. I mean, obviously it's not, but it's like the selling aspect of all these things. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. So, I mean, like, yeah, so definitely there's a lot of good stuff out there, and education is extremely popular. We've been talking about that a lot. Education is extremely popular, but finding people that are authentic to it, just looking at their resume. It's like if you're interviewing somebody, like go look at their resume first. You're not going to hire, some guy's going to operate a $20,000 camera for you if you just got out of high school. You know what I mean? Like, you need to like look at their resume, right? So,
do you think that I know that I do this, but I'm asking you guys as men, do you think we get fixated on the idea of doing something over the fact of doing it? Like, I would rather watch a bunch of YouTube videos about working out than go work out.
So 100%, the execution of something is, so people will always pay for the education, but they don't want to do the execution. And that's why a lot of guys will sell, they give away the education for free and they sell implementation. So a lot of things that you see out there, they give you all the good nuggets for free. You don't even need to hire that guy because he's telling you how to fucking do it for free.
Yeah.
But people usually don't want to do it themselves. They want to just pay for the implementation. And so a lot of these programs, as you get through them, as you get to the end, it's like, hey, you just spent 10 grand to be here, but if you pay me 25, I'll do it for you. And that's where a lot of people get that upsell because they don't want to do it themselves. But the reality is that you can usually get how to do it for free if you're passionate about it and figure it out. Like education's free. Like it's
for
everywhere.
The most part,
for the most part, right? But I mean, I couldn't watch like a video on how to hone cylinders and go do it. I would fuck that off all to hell.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, there's a lot of information that's out there for free. But yeah, the execution is what people really need to focus on. The hard stuff. But also too, like how many people waste time because they're trying to wait for the right time. Or wait for this to happen, or I need to make this amount of money, then I'll do it. And this needs to happen, or if it's like motherfucker, move.
Yeah.
Like shoot,
sack up and do it.
like shoot, fire, aim. Like that target's gonna fucking move no matter what. No matter how perfect you think your plan is, that fucking target is gonna move. Like get started, go trip forward, ask for forgiveness, not permission, and get fucking started today. Because as long as you're like the wheel's in motion, like body's in motion, will stay in motion. Like start today and you'll fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
No matter how messy it is, no matter how hard it is, like you'll look back and be like, I feel like an idiot because I was doing all these things wrong. But the only way you figure that out is by starting that process today, you know?
I think, personality-wise, like that's kind of going back to what I was saying earlier about how great it's been to be with you the last couple of days. I'm the dude that I overthink everything, and I want to have a plan, and I want to have a backup plan, and I want to have a worst-case scenario plan.
Same.
And I want to have all that shit in place before I take a step, right? And this dude's like, fucking send it. Just do it. Fuck it. You know? But that's good for me, though.
Yeah.
Like, I need that in my life. Like, we were talking yesterday about, I have a lot of people that ask me questions, and I always try to help people. But, like, you know, I'm thinking about, based on the conversation we had yesterday, offering a class where I'll get 10, 15, 20 people, whoever wants to do it, and we'll build an engine from a pile of parts, and I'll explain how every single thing works and why it does what it does and how it does what it does.
Dude, I'd be interested to take
You
that.
know,
Dude,
like-
would you? I would.
Yeah.
I'm a hobbyist, and like I would show up to that shit because I want to fucking learn from the best.
I mean, where do you get? There's nowhere else to get. Like, I gotta go take a UTI or
MMI.
MMI course for. I don't have that kind of time.
No, but if
I got
you-
a weekend.
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Come to the
2
shop
days,
for 2 days.
hang out with this motherfucker.
Build an engine
A
from
to Z.
scratch, and I'll explain every single aspect of it. Why this does this, how it does it. You know, I mean, if that's something people are interested in, I would do it.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
100%. Like, because that's not. I mean, there's YouTube videos, but
Yeah.
there's always something missing. There's always like a golden nugget that's not
Right.
not in that might be the keystone for the whole thing to stay together. And so now you got a bunch of blown motors.
Yeah, but
You know?
like I was a teacher for 5 years for Harley overseas. So not only was I teaching guys that didn't have a full skill set, I was teaching guys that didn't speak English as their first language, if at all. So I had to get real fucking clever with, you know,
How you
how do you explain it, right? And trying to think of all the holes in the boat. Like you make an assumption, this guy works in a dealership, so certainly he knows this, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if you saw somebody in a fucking supplement store, like your assumption is they know XYZ is just a base box. Well, and they fucking don't. So, you know, you're telling them to do step C because you assume, obviously they know A and B, right?
Yeah.
They know that you have to do these two things before you do this. And that really helped make me a better teacher because my first out of the gate was in Vietnam, and there ended up being two fantastic mechanics there by the time I was done. But like when I started, I was making assumptions.
Yeah.
And I was wrong.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I had to like rethink the whole way that I taught people because I was like, okay, they didn't know that. So what else don't they know? You know, so like as I would teach, you know, I'd be like, if you know this, stop me so we can move. And more often than not, I would not get stopped. They needed all that. So, you know, if somebody just wanted to learn, even if you didn't intend to do it, if you just wanted to understand it. I mean, I've always said, like in my Instagram videos and stuff, like understanding how your motorcycle works, whether you work on it or not, makes you a better rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's basically a big fucking gyroscope, right?
Yeah.
So what all's moving around and why, you know? Understanding how your motorcycle functions will make you a better rider.
And then to have 48 hours of just asking questions, you know, just face to face is so powerful. You know, to be like in the same room and conversating and with him, and then like-minded, like people like you, like dude, everything we do is just a network of people that we know.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're in that room with those people that are like-minded, that are willing to pay for education and better themselves, if you're in that same room as them, you're going to make a lot of cool ass friends.
Yeah.
They're going to like influence you and impact you in a positive way and hopefully hold you accountable to do those things.
Yeah.
But I think it's I think it's
Yeah, the networking aspect is like, and that's kind of what bike night and campouts was always, because what would happen with the campout was these people would see this beacon in the middle of Oklahoma and ride from all over the country, and then through that they'd either click up with people on the route and their convoy would get bigger as they got there, or they happen to camp next to a group, and then they have all these friendships that were formed that are still like, now ongoing. That's part of their life.
It lasts a lifetime. Yeah.
So when you have these like opportunities to go be in rooms with people, you never know what's in that room. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like that movie Yes Man. Remember that with Jim Carrey, where he kept saying yes to everything, and all these opportunities start happening because he was being present and being available to have and go with the way life was taking him.
My daughter loves that movie. She's like, let's have a yes day. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, because I know what you're doing. But no, you're exactly right.
Yeah,
I get it.
Because the same thing happens with like every day, like everyone, we bitch all winter because it's cold, and then as soon as it's a perfect day where you can go ride your bike, you make an excuse. I don't really feel like going to the bar. I'm like, well, go. What else do you like doing on your bike?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Figure, you should be thinking about this. Or
they go to more places than the bar.
Yeah. We started we had this thing in Dallas on Sundays on Jefferson. It's like all the lowriders cruise, and all these little taco stands pop up. And so that's now my ritual on Sunday, to ride down there, chill, watch all these cars cruise, which that's becoming a very not happening anymore thing, seeing just cars cruising down the street doing little laps.
Yeah.
And then have some great tacos and then come home. I'm not drinking.
Bro, authentic tacos, you can't beat them. Like there's Tex-Mex, which I'm not really down with, but authentic, real fucking street, corner street tacos, that's the day. I'm down
so
with
good.
Yeah.
And it's I go there and I $20, it's ends up being $17. So I'm tipping them.
Yeah.
So now they're starting to give me an extra taco every time.
Hey-o.
And I don't need it, but I eat it.
Hey man, those tacos aren't bad for you. It's just chicken and corn tortilla. It's not bad.
But trust me, if that was my diet, I could do that all day. 100% easy.
That's the diet doesn't have to be shitty food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like meat.
Yeah, people kind of overthink it too, because either to lose weight or gain weight is the simplest equation. That if you want to lose weight, all you have to do is eat less calories than you burn naturally every day. So you could eat 1,800 calories of Oreos every day and you're going to lose weight.
Yeah,
even if it's just Oreos, because you're naturally. Now, if you ate healthier foods, you'd lose a lot more weight quicker in a healthier way. But in the same way, if you want to gain weight, you just eat more calories and you burn every day naturally. And so, finding that diet that works for you, that that you can adapt to, and the foods that work for you that you feel good on, you should never feel restrictive or tired or that other bullshit, right? Dude, tacos can be a part of your fucking diet all day long. They're just corn tortillas and meat. I through that whole prep, or I say prep, that whole when I was January to recently, I ate tacos every fucking day.
Bro.
Yeah, I was all about. I got corn tortillas and chicken or ground beef. It's not bad. So
that actually sounds delicious right now.
Fuck yeah. Dude, Taco Bell has their own seasoning. Do the stores do you Taco Bell seasoning on those things? I do the Taco Bell seasoning with bison. It's so fucking good.
Yeah,
I love to cook though. Dude, I love to cook. That's always been my thing. I love to cook. I have a huge smoker. I love to barbecue, and so
I don't have I don't have time, right? So my thing is I don't know how to dabble in shit. So when I start going and watching YouTube videos on how to make street tacos, I go to the store and I buy all the utensils that they use and I fucking start cooking and it's good. But I'm I look at that that's a chore now. That's a lot.
Change the context from I don't have time to it's not valuable to me right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So because it's that value system of exchange of time for what it is. But yeah, if your time is maxed out with where it is, then that currency of time is not worth it there. And so, finding the few, couple food groups that work for you where you have to fuck with it, that's the other thing is I think a lot of people, fall off and fail because they try to cook every day. That's a lot of fucking work. Nobody has time for that shit. But dude, if you cook, I'll just kind of lay it out what I do. I cook 3 pounds of bison, once a week, and I cook 6 pounds of chicken once a week. And I cook a huge thing of rice and then a bunch of baked potatoes. And it's literally all I cook the entire week. I don't cook a single other meal. And so when I wake up in the morning, I just grab a couple things, throw in little things, and then I go. I'm 10 minutes, my food's ready, I'm out the door.
Yeah.
And so that amount of time cooking, it's all fucking done and I'm ready to go. I can make tacos with it. I could do bison and rice, bison potatoes, I can do chicken potatoes. It's all laid out. And it fucking tastes good too.
Yeah.
It really I'm a pretty good cook, I think, but it tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but it's finding the exchange. Yeah. To your point, if you were trying to cook every day, fuck, dude, who the fuck does have time for that? Spend an hour and a half in the kitchen.
I have some wiring that's off in my head.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I associated eating leftovers with being broke.
Oh, dude. I was
So
the
in
same
my
way.
head, I'm like, I don't ever want to eat leftovers. I want to be able to eat a fresh meal every day.
Yeah, I
And
get that.
even though I'm past that, but that's how I grew up. Like these little things of like feeling poor, you know what I mean? Like even though that doesn't mean you're poor, it just means that you're being smart, you know, but
the fact that you understand that and like you're socially aware of that and like you've processed that to the end, like you're able to overcome that, you know? So yeah.
Even though leftover pizza is always good though.
Yeah. Just don't think of it as leftovers, dude. It's not leftovers. Like I cook my food for the week.
It's extra.
You know what
It's extra.
It's a bonus added. Yeah, dude. Fucking cold. You can't beat some cold pizza.
Yeah. Well, I think food in general is the natural way that most people socialize. And then that ends up being a part of like, well, hey, let's go have lunch.
Yep.
And that lunch becomes more of this conversation. So there's like this lubrication of substance that's coming into you as you're having these conversations, as opposed to, hey guys, y'all want to go meet at a park bench and just talk?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like, so
it
there's
gives
this
you time to like, you know, to actually, where it's not so forced and conversation, like you have time to break it down. And also breaking bread on a table is the oldest form of like respect. Like inviting somebody, you know, to sit down and break bread with them is like the oldest form of respect ever, I think. And so, you know, I mean, definitely sharing a meal with somebody is amazing, man. Like it's a really powerful thing you can do.
my favorite dude. What is it? Is it Durant's?
Oh yeah.
So they took me to that last time. We had to walk through the kitchen to get there.
Yep.
And I'm an A1 sauce guy.
They have the best steaks there.
And
Where's this place?
it's in just outside of downtown.
It's downtown Phoenix on Central.
Okay.
And it's like an OG steakhouse. It's been there since the 50s.
Nice.
And it's like a time capsule, bro. It's like walking into old Vegas.
I love
like
that.
It's red velvet wallpaper and shit. It's
Dark in there. Yeah. You walk
go
through the
into
kitchen.
The kitchen.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
And so, you know, just for the sake of this, like I'm sitting there with Big Chris and Justin. We're sitting there. It was a last minute deal, so we had to eat at the bar, which was a cool experience as well.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like, oh fuck, man, I'm in this really fucking nice place, and I don't want to be the guy. Do you have A1 sauce for the steak? So Chris had ordered a thing of sauteed mushrooms, which I like mushrooms. I just never ate it on a steak.
Sure.
And so that's now my go-to.
Pretty good, right?
Fucking delicious.
Yeah.
That's my go-to now to get away from like, you know, this conversation we've been having for years about steak sauce. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah,
I feel like a really good steak doesn't need it.
Yeah.
yeah.
You ever sous vide? You have a sous vide at home?
Huh?
You have a sous vide at home? You ever sous vide things?
No.
You know what it is?
Nope.
So a sous vide is like, you basically, it's like you have like this, like, say you have a seat full of like water, right?
Yeah.
And a sous vide is like a probe that goes in here. You set the temperature on it, and you put your steaks in a bag, and you can add some olive oil, some seasoning, whatever, and you set it in there so it's in the bag, in the water. And like what I do is I set it for 100 degrees. Mm-hmm. So it basically sits in 100-degree water for, 8 or 10 hours, and so I'll set it for work in the morning. When I get home in the evening, it's been in that bath all day long. So it's basically at a finished temperature that it's like medium, like rare, right? Mm-hmm. But it's so tender and so juicy. I think it's what most steakhouses do, because when you order a steak, like they come out pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
But so they sous vide them all day long. And then all of a sudden, you just take a cast iron skillet and you sear on each side. And you basically raise it to that finished temperature of 120, 125, medium rare, right? And you have the most tender, juicy steak in the world. It's fucking delicious, man. Like sous vide, it's the best. It's like they're on Amazon. I don't know, like $80.
Yeah.
But they're
like a fucking crock pot for steaks.
Yeah, my old buddy used to call them meat dildos. You just put it in there. But they're fucking amazing. I'm a huge fan of them. Yeah.
Yeah. My steak journey started with Chili's. Well done. A lot of A1 sauce on it.
Yeah.
And then you start eating nicer steaks, and you take that mentality of this. Like, I didn't grow up eating steaks at house. Like, we had, fucking quick meals. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then you get around, like, my man over here is a good cook. He does a lot of barbecue, and, he's very, like, how do you say? Like, he's proud of his meat. You know what I mean? So,
You have an offset? What kind of smoker do you have?
It's a reverse full offset. It's like a 250 gallon.
That's what I have. I have a 250. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Insulated firebox. Yeah. The same deal. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm always like, I've had steaks that are, I've had like high end steaks, probably not as high as maybe you. It's not the point of the conversation. It's just, you go have $150 steak somewhere.
I don't think they're that much. You get to that point and they're all
Yeah.
about the exact same, right? It's just you're literally you're paying for the paint on the walls at that point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The service.
Yeah. And so like it's just how bougie do you want to be? And like dude, that's why I was like, I can cook the same fucking meal at home, probably better, and I know it's going to turn out exactly how I want. But there's something nice about sitting at a steakhouse and like watching a Stars game or going somewhere.
When you come to Phoenix, we're going to Durant's.
Yeah, go to Durant's. It's really good.
Yeah.
So I like I guess what I always say, because to your point, which he always says, is all you need is salt, pepper, and fucking, slap it, and it's good.
SPG,
and I'm like,
baby. Got it.
I'm like, you flavorless motherfucker.
That's Texas barbecue though, right? It's like, SPG, that's all they do, so.
And I guess the way I've had a nice steak before, and at a chef kind of vibe going on, and they would always like make something to complement the steak, some kind of, not necessarily sauce, but some kind of thing, whether it's a butter or a mushroom or something. Yeah. And I'm like, onions. To me, it's like, it's just dry meat if it's not that. And that's weird to me.
Sure.
But also I'm like a medium rare. Like when it comes out medium rare, I can eat it.
Yeah.
But you give me a rare steak, I'm like, sir.
Yeah, I'm not I don't want my steak to, be, I don't want it to be rare, but yeah, you definitely don't want to ruin it.
But see, like steaks, whiskey, like these are things that men like become their personality. Like who they are. Oh, I'm a this guy. Yeah. Like, oh, that's a real man over there.
Scotch.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
straight.
Yeah.
Fuck ice. I'm not a little bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah. So all these things that, you start hearing it. It's like, look, man, my wife taught me how to drink whiskey. Like, I'm like, look, I'm not a drinker like that. I've just, I never did shots. That's not my thing, but I was like, I want to learn how to drink whiskey. This sucks. It's not good.
Yeah.
And so you start drinking it, and I guess you just got to do it a lot, and then it becomes like palatable. And that's where I'm at now, where I can take any of that scotch and all that stuff and just drink it straight.
You can pick up on like the tones of different, things.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. That's cool.
But I don't know. It's just one of those, like I said, growing up around all these guys that like you find these men that are like, it's like they have a checklist of like, this is what I'm about.
Sure. Yeah.
Salt, pepper only on my steak.
Yeah.
Straight whiskey.
Black coffee.
Black coffee is another one. Yeah. And it's like, man, like.
Really singling me out.
Yeah.
Does that feel personal?
Yeah. I get that.
But yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to be the guy that's like, look, I didn't grow up that way. I was raised by my mom. So here we are. I eat pasta a lot.
Yeah. I grew up with a single mom too. I get that. You
Yeah.
know, but I think it's more powerful to have an adaptable mindset that's always like, show me a better way. Show me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not hard headed to like ever where it's like, I know the fucking way. It's like, dude, I want to be persuaded in something better. Like if you can show me a better way to do things, I'm wide open for it. Now, I may not like it, but if it's a better way, I'm fucking down with it. Let's roll.
The good thing about conversations, especially like doing this podcast for a lot of years, and I've always tried to explain this to people that maybe check out, like they don't like my vibe or my personality, or they think I'm arrogant or cocky or whatever. Like I definitely have those characteristics in certain parts of my personality because they're kind of protective of what I know how to do.
Sure.
When you sell a service to somebody, you don't want to be taken advantage of. So you have to have confidence in what you're doing, and you got to be able to sell yourself. Like some dude's going to drop 10, 15 grand on you to do a paint job. You can't be, I don't know, man. Like I've really, you can't be unsure of yourself.
Sure.
You got to confirm that dude is going to hand you this project and you're going to deliver with confidence.
Sure.
Right. Or when you're talking about what you do, sometimes you got to, like, I don't think that drunk, yes, I'm all those things, 100%. Because I have a shit talking personality.
Sure, yeah.
I grew up playing basketball. My thing was like, well, if you're better than me at basketball, I'm gonna shit talk you and be better than you at that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And whatever. That's just the
locker room talk. I get it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, unfortunately, when you get on a podcast, the world hears it, and it they just assume that that's who you are as like a person, right?
Yep.
And but rightfully so. I'm the one that said it, so that's how they took it. So that it's still my fault, right?
Sure.
But I forgot where I was going with that. But it's I don't know.
When I first got in the scene, I'll tell you this, is that I kind of I sent your thing to a couple buddies and like, oh, Jace is cocky, and I was like, people have said that, and then I'm always a guy that like if I hear that about something, I'm like, let me form my own opinion.
Yeah.
And so I went and I walked right up to you and I shook your hand and talked to you. Coolest fucking dude ever.
Yeah.
And people like they build up like these walls of like things that people say about other people and they just take it at face value. I'm like, dude, form your own fucking opinion.
Yeah.
You know, and just like
if you're listening to me because someone said I was cocky, then you're only listening to confirm that bias.
Yeah.
Therefore, which I'm gonna provide you that confirmation.
Yeah.
But that's, like I said, that's not who I am. That's just a part
really
of.
Not, dude. If you walk up to if anybody's like, if you walk up to Jace, go talk to him. You're a good fucking dude. It's like it's easy to tell within the first like 10 seconds, like, oh, this dude's cool as fuck.
Yeah, but so cocky is a funny one, right?
Yeah.
Cocky is like I'm supposed to be humble about the hard work I put into my life.
Yeah.
And all the things I've overcome to just be decent at what I do. Not even the best. Like I always tell people there's so many more painters out there that fucking every time I see them post something on Instagram, I'm just like, God damn, why do I even do this? That dude's fucking rad, right?
Yep.
But I still am proud of what I accomplished with my skill set.
Sure. As you should be.
Yeah. And so it's funny how like, I just think it's funny how
the astrology lined up.
There's certain types of things men can do in their life where other men are like, yeah, he can be as cocky as he wants.
Sure.
Like, how do you get to?
In some ways, it's also not hard. I've heard this too. It's like it's hard not to be cocky if you're good at something, you know, because it just comes across as being cocky if you're just being authentic and like you're honest with things. Like if you have an opinion about something, and a strong opinion, and you know that's the way it works for you, like people will perceive it as cockiness. Yeah. You know, but I'll also share this too, like on the podcast, is that when I first met you and you found out like what I did with like, you know, I sell supplements and protein powder. You're like, hey dude, let me give you some plugs on the podcast. You didn't hit me up for like money. You weren't like, hey, you sponsor the pod. It wasn't like, you were just like, hey, you live in Dallas. Hey, you're a business owner. Hey, let me help you. Yeah. With no agenda, like nothing in return asked. Like that was like, that's the most genuine form of like friendship that there is, right? Like, it was like, and of course you could be like, hey man, like here's my fucking rate card. You want some shit? Like, these are my views. You were just like, hey, let me help you, bro. Like, that's your world. But like, maybe there's dudes that work out over here that could benefit from this. Like, that's pretty fucking cool, man. You're very unique.
Well, thank you for that. But that's just to me, that's just like the a rising tide floats all ships. Sure, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so basically, you being on this podcast helps me have a podcast. Yeah. Otherwise, this would just be like rants by Jace. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like it's a relationship between you guys as the guests and what you're trying to do, and me trying to bridge a gap between a curated audience that is built off the backs of not just me, but every one of the guests that's been on this podcast. Yep. And so the concept of it is yes, I want to help grow everybody, and if people get to a point where they can help support this, then I appreciate that. Yeah. Because, you know, it does cost money to do these things. Yep. But at the same time, it's like if I am just pitching it to you as like a sell thing, like, hey man, I got this cool thing that I can do for you, but it costs this much money. Yeah. To me, that's cocky. Yeah. To me, that's assuming that I can do this for everybody when realistically, all I can do is provide an opportunity for us to create something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I like to do with these things. I've been very fortunate to have a lot of brands that I work with and I have worked with for a lot of years support this podcast. Some of them, you know, like I said, this is a hard year. So some of them are kind of parting ways, which does create a big void in my income for doing this, which is why we've been trying to supplement creating more content on Patreon where people pay $5 a month. We do a podcast that's only on there.
Or t-shirts.
T-shirts eventually. But we're trying to make value out of this, but we're also like, I'm
gonna sell you like $50 for 2 t-shirts and like prepaid. Let me know when it ships.
You know how many people I got to give t-shirts once I finally make them? I'm like, I think that's partly like I've had so many t-shirts given to me that you got to pay that back. Yeah. And the last thing you want to do is do a run of t-shirts and then realize that the first 250 shirts you make literally have a home already. Right. So you know, I get that. I'm avoiding that basically. I'm not paying my debts is what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
Keeping your tab open.
Yeah. But it's I mean, I don't know. I think that inherently my goal has always been to make this better and like make this scene great. Like I don't know why. Yeah. I think I said once selfishly, I just do it because I want to be able to be a part of it. Sure. I want to build the house that I want to live in kind of thing. But you know, it is what it is. Like the way I see it is like I'm not the personality that's going to click with everybody. Right.
Nobody is. And that's like anybody that's like popular, like nobody's likable. Like if you're likable, if you're like that likable guy, you're like John Cena that will literally do anything for $20.
Yeah.
Like that dude will put on a
Mandarin.
dress. Like you just, it's like you can't be everything to everybody, man.
Yeah.
You have to like be your own person. You have your own opinions.
Well, that's why the point of a podcast like this is not about me. It's about the people that come onto it.
Yeah.
And if you can't stand me, then just put up with my bullshit for a little while to get this great information from the guest. And I'm okay with that. You know, but it's like, I think I don't mind if people don't jive with my personality or style or whatever, but I just don't like when people attach their unlikingness of me to something that's not who I am. Like I don't fuck people over.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody out there can say that I've ever done them wrong to a certain point. Like if you go past 2009, I probably have some dirt out there, but you know, for the most part. So my intentions are good.
Yeah.
You're never going to see some Cali Ray's Moto type shit with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have demons like that.
But now you can buy those parts through full-grip-moto.com.
Exactly.
Danny.
Put like this, I try to have the most integrity, and then I try to be available to change my ideas. Like that's how we started talking about this, is being adaptable to new and better information. But I have to be staunch in the way I think to put it on the table for you to challenge it and change the way I think.
Sure.
Otherwise, I won.
Yep.
You know what I mean? My ideas are better, motherfucker.
Yep.
So
Well, like you kind of have the rap for being cocky, which I don't see that. And I mean, the fact that you said there's better painters out there than you is proof.
I bring them on the podcast.
Yeah. You know,
Why would I take my inherent why would I bring other podcasts? Why would I help people start podcasts?
Right.
So it's completely ass backwards from if I'm really this narcissistic, fucking, selfish, fucking cocky, all about self-absorbed person. You know, why the fuck would I?
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be a photographer. I wouldn't be trying to take pictures of you. I'd be taking pictures of myself. You'd be selfies everywhere. I'd be.
It's a lot of times their own insecurities that they kind of latch onto those things. You know?
Well, I think it's that social media world too. You know, I mean, everyone is connected, whether they know you or not. They have access to you, or they have access to someone who claims to know you, who probably actually doesn't. I mean, like I've got a rap in the industry for being a dick. I think I'm actually a pretty nice guy. I'm just blunt.
Yeah.
Like I'm never rude. I'll never be impolite. You know, and if I don't like what's going on, I'll just excuse myself, you know?
Yeah.
But like that gets interpreted as, I think my antisocialness, like if we were in a large group, I'd hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd be polite to people that would come up and approach me and shit. But I'm not trying to go make new friends. You know what I mean? Like if I meet someone through you or you and we click, we'll hang out. But like I'm not going to go into an event or a bar or whatever. And it's probably a personality flaw to a certain extent, but like, I'm not going to cruise around and be like, hi, I'm Danny. Who are you? Fuck all that. I'm going to stand in the corner with the 2 or 3 dudes I know.
Yeah.
And if people come up, I'm polite and I'll talk, but like, I'm not out seeking.
Yeah.
And that gets interpreted as that guy's a dick.
Well, something that I've had to embody that my friend, Tommy, from Cowboy Harley kind of told me this when I was kind of going through some things over the winter, like just some personality shift stuff. He said something that he learned through when he did AA or AA. How many A's do they have? Is it AA? All right. So when he did that, it was like managing your expectations of other people, right? It's not like, the way he worded it, and it's literally been like everything to me as to, I get let down, not because you let me down, because I put an expectation on the table that you may not even known was on the table.
Sure, yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. So I think a lot of times when people assume, you know, that they've watched somebody on a podcast or they follow someone online or they've seen you in YouTube videos or whatever, however they've seen your face, heard your voice, or seen what you've done, they create an expectation once they meet you, or they try to classify you, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, like if somebody has been listening to this podcast for 7 years and they walk up to me at a place, Born Free, and I'm out there kind of drinking and, you know, I'm with my boys and we're all talking shit, and you walk in there, you get some of this shit talk.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm sorry. I didn't know the expectations on the table. I didn't know that you didn't walk up to me and say, hey, I've been listening to you for 7 years and big fan. And usually when someone's like that, hold on, let me tighten up thank you for, I become that real actual I appreciate people listening to this
Sure,
because
right.
without listeners, you don't have a show. Without you guys, I don't have a show.
Yeah.
So
Well, a lot of people are just pussies too. So let's just get that out of the way.
yeah.
Yeah, also the motorcycle industry and a lot of other industries too. I think these people in this digital realm create this persona that is not them.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing I've always been hyper vigilant of is like, you meet me in a bar, I'm just like this.
Yeah.
The videos you see of me on Instagram and YouTube and with Harley and all that shit, I'm the same dude. Like I'm not trying to be this way on camera and this way, you come into the shop or you run into me to a bar or whatever, I'm just like this.
Yeah. Some people are more quiet, like Justin from Torch is a prime example.
Yeah.
One of the most talented dudes in our industry as far as fabricating, building, design, all this stuff. Hands down, one of the most respected dudes in this industry. Yeah. He doesn't have to talk.
Right.
His work speaks for himself. Right. And where he's at in his career, that's it. That's all he needs. He doesn't need to go be a YouTube guy. He doesn't need to start a podcast. He doesn't need to do all these things. And I don't know why I felt the need to do so, but it goes back to what I was saying before. I'm a painter that knows how to turn wrenches a little bit.
Yeah.
And likes to ride bikes. And I'm trying to be a fucking host. So I have all these. I mean, the first fucking 5 years, I had to stop saying the F word to be more marketable to bigger brands.
Sure.
Because that's how we, talk to each other in shops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to unlearn all this fucking shop talk and all this, like the way you are, the way you take shit from each other, you give shit to each other.
Yeah.
It's just man stuff that we're doing. And, therefore, it's like now a good example is like I tried to apply this man shit to my brother, and he kind of took it the wrong way, and he's like in therapy for it now or whatever. But
whatever, it's fine.
Nah, he's good. I just want to fuck with him. But not to like make it all about like woe is me. I do appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's all good.
I appreciate you guys reaching out and wanting to do this and talk about that. So it means a lot to me, and I do appreciate
we
that.
appreciate you having us on.
Yeah. So. When's all this acquisition going to be?
It's done.
As soon as
We did it yesterday.
done.
So we're packaging up all the
Everything's shipping
inventory,
in,
getting it shipped, and then
I'll be shipping from your shop.
I just got to get my shit together on the Phoenix side before this goes live.
So by the time you post this, it'll be
this will probably be real early June, like at the beginning of the month. So we're only like 2 weeks away from that anyway.
fullgripmoto.com is where you can find all that stuff and support the cause.
And everything's old machine out there in Phoenix now with all the stuff you have going on, Motor Witch and all that stuff.
Yeah, everything's going along good. The rebranding has been well received. I think
Nice.
I think it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like it was a little confusing before. So it's gone well. I'm grateful for the customers that we have, and with some of the stuff with Jim Root and Slipknot and Harley, we've gotten a lot more exposure. We're getting a lot more new traffic. And I'm trying to be more diligent about posting videos and things like service work. Another thing we were talking about, like I think people just kind of thought we didn't do service because we build these big gnarly fast bikes and stuff. And we do service, but like people kind of don't think that. So, talking about what we actually do and the things that we offer, I've tried to be more diligent about being clear about, we're a full service shop. We're not just like super high end, expensive, full build stuff.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really know. I knew a glossed over like what was taking place, especially once FXR got in that building, and you because I think when you first did the podcast, you were still at the one off Cave Creek, the Harley dealership. Stubbs.
I might have been. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember we were going to do that bike with Danny.
Oh, yeah.
That went south. So
yeah, it did.
I had the wrong person on the podcast, and he stopped talking to me. Yeah, didn't know that I couldn't do that.
Okay.
Sorry, officer. I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, no, it's cool, and I appreciate this. And hey, you can't tell, but I have used your products for a couple of years now, and
I know you have.
Getting back on that wagon is something I definitely want to do. Yeah, maybe if you can make me look as good as you, it would sell your shit a lot better in my world. We turned that fat fuck into a goddamn hunk.
We could definitely do some stuff again.
I'm hoping that after this trip, after Sturgis, like my life is going to be a lot more managed and not this chaotic mess that it is right now. And routines, driving to the other side of town to go work out, stuff like that would be plausible. It would be feasible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm spread thin right now.
I know.
So
I get it. I'm the same way. You just got to create it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I'm trying to end certain things, and in doing so, it seems like the hardest thing to do is like walk away from something, but not walk away and just leave it like a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I'm at.
Try
like
to button some stuff up before you
just
eject.
exactly. You don't want to pull out of Afghanistan, if you will. You know. All right. Well, mansports.com. They can check out all the proteins and all the different stuff you have as well.
Yeah, his stuff is killer. I use all of his products.
Yeah.
too.
So get the Reese's. That's my favorite. I actually drink it just for the fuck of it. Just not even trying to.
Yeah. And if any of you guys like have questions on diet, exercise, like DM me on Instagram and I'll forward you what I did for that first challenge of this year and to strip off that weight.
You actually gave me like a plan that was like, all right, wake up in the morning, drink a glass of water, go for a walk, do these things. And I did that pretty religiously for a while until I didn't. So
It worked really good until it didn't.
I felt good. You know?
Yeah, just DM me on Instagram that you want that plan and I'll forward it over to you.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
I guess.
Thank you.